following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op.
Hello, everybody. Come on, Joe. Just interrupt. And welcome to the Trapnerd Sports Podcast. It's a special episode. The whole gang's back together, man. Hasn't been all three of us in like a month and a half, I feel like.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
We either had a guest or one of us has missed.
A lot of alternating.
Yeah, Joe, alternating like sacks of shit kind of thing.
So what happened was we were on a standoff with Duke one at a time.
Yeah, they were like, you need both of us to raise our pay. So Joe's going to like Pennsylvania and random states, and I don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Today's just like, I don't want to go.
I'm all set.
Well, I mean, it's good. It's good that we're back together.
Feels good to be back.
Yeah,
Thank God you finally paid us.
Yeah,
You know,
we got what we deserved.
got what we deserve.
It's not that I wanted you guys; it's just the market wasn't good this year. It's kind of how Tremaine Edmonds might get paid because there's no linebackers out there.
We didn't want to end up like Lamar, you know.
Yeah, I would never let you guys do that.
I don't see why we didn't just go get Bobby Wagner since we're talking about this.
I was gonna start. I was gonna start with the Bills anyway. So Leslie Frazier,
Yo, that's crazy.
this man.
So he's taking a year off.
Yeah, just in the middle of a super. I mean,
Don't be bad.
I get we're not the favorites. No. I'm fucking pissed. I don't care if we want him back or not. The fact that he's not coming back, like he's making that decision.
Maybe it was like a mutual thing and it made him look good, like it was his choice. They're like, yo, you got to take a year off.
You would
Like,
think
we gotta
they
go
would have
win the
announced
Super Bowl,
hiring
buddy.
someone.
You can have your job back. We're gonna go get someone temporary to be better than you.
I wonder who you guys are going to get.
So the Athletic is like a tiny little story. We hired Al Holcomb as a senior defensive assistant. So I assume he's going to be the interim defensive coordinator. Because why would we just hire him the same day that we're whatever the fucking with Leslie Frazier?
I wish we could know what was really going on.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense to be like, you know what? I'm going to take a year off.
Yeah. Maybe he's got some personal shit going on too, though.
But apparently they said plans to return to coaching in 2024, and they did not specify a return to the Bills.
Yeah, this was probably something respectful that they did. Like they probably fired him,
Well, that makes sense. I didn't see that.
but just said, hey, say you're taking a year off, like it's your decision.
And then this guy's going to come and be
was-
better, and then why would we take you back?
If it was a mutual thing, then okay. But if it was literally just him like, it's the middle of a. I get we're not the Super Bowl favorites, but we're still top 3 in the odds for next year.
I think
and
we're
you're
number
just gonna,
2.
Whatever, dude. I don't. We're top. We're one of the teams there, and you're just gonna be like, I'm taking a year off.
Well, I wonder, what's his contract till? I wonder if they're like, yo, listen, take a year off, we'll pay for it.
I don't. This doesn't say anything about his contract. But
No, I'm
this
just
is
wondering
crazy.
when he's on contract till.
I'll look it up right now.
Because I wonder if we're like, you know what? Go, rest up and watch us win the Super Bowl.
Watch how you really are supposed to.
I want you to take a year to think about why you wouldn't press on a blitz
That
at 3rd and 4.
that shit will never leave my brain. I couldn't believe what I was looking at the TV.
How do you even find a?
Did you guys see what Poyer said?
What do you say?
He thinks he wants to play somewhere where the state doesn't take half his money. He get taxed too much here.
The state only takes 8%, but
No, that's what he said. Half
football
of it.
players are usually good at math.
And then he said he wants to play somewhere warm, so
They take more than 8%, though.
it probably won't be
I know.
Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, they do.
New York State's income tax is like 8.1%. The federal government takes half your check when you're that rich, but that doesn't matter what.
Oh, that's fair.
Federal government takes like 41%, and then
Oh, I thought it was way more than that.
no.
So how come when I gamble,
it was
why
higher.
when I gamble and I win a lot of money, they take half my shit?
They shouldn't take half. Of
Oh,
it.
they do.
Your gambling should be count as other income, and I think it's only supposed to be taxed at 15%.
No, it's half. It's
That's probably New York.
49%
That's probably
or
New York.
51%.
For federal, it's considered just like almost like a capital gains, I think. But in New York, it's probably half. But anyway, we're all yeah. New York does do that.
Yeah.
That's
I know for sure they do that.
because FanDuel was pissed when they were coming to New York. That's why it took so long. That's so trash. 50%. Anyway,
Yeah, but why would they not want the money?
I can't find his contract. I don't fucking know.
I'm assuming that he has a year left on it, though.
But
That's a good
this is
assumption.
crazy how good he is in the regular season. In the 3 years that he was with us, or 2 or 3 years? 2017. So it's been a minute. So since 2017, third in the NFL in points per game, first in total yards per game, first in passing yards per game, first in passing touchdowns, second in interceptions, second in takeaways. So that's where the Bills rank since 2017.
But what changes in the playoffs? Why pull up the playoffs then?
Well, no, that's what the article says too. It's like, but it's been falling short in the playoffs.
It doesn't fall short. It's non-existent.
That's not true. I mean, like the Texans game.
How many points did we give up?
I think it wasn't a lot because we only scored 17. So Texans, what year was that? 2018. Versus Bills playoffs.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm an old man, dude.
Pull off all the recent
I'm
Bills
trying
playoffs. Yeah, playoffs.
Bills playoff games by year. Maybe that'll work. You want to do something, dude? You be talking right now.
I'm just waiting. I'm not. I'd much rather make Jeopardy noises.
So the Patriots game last year, we only let up 17.
And that was like late. I think they scored late too.
Yeah. The year before that, 24-3. Wait, what the fuck? Why does it say it like that? Is this this is the op score? Oh yeah, this is it. Okay. Yeah, 17, and then last year the Colts were 24, or 2 years ago. Colts were 24, Ravens were 3, and then Chiefs obviously smoked us.
The Ravens only scored 3 versus you guys?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. What was the score?
17-3.
Holy shit.
The Texans game we lost was 22. The year before that, we lost the Jaguars 10-3. That was his first year. It was 10 points against the Jaguars.
So what happened though? Because last year we gave up. I mean, it was Pat Mahomes, so he gave up mad points.
Look, I mean, it's Pat Mahomes every time. I mean, the Bengals only scored 27 against us. That's not crazy.
Yeah, but it was like bad defense. Dude, they drove every play.
I get it, bro, but it's 27 points against Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
Well, they ran most of the fourth quarter.
That's
out
true.
Too.
That's true. And Mixon had his best game, like basically of the year against us. I don't know, man. Other than the Chiefs game, like before, obviously when we lost the Bengals. Other than the Chiefs games, it's been pretty good.
Nah, man.
It's just you're facing Pat Mahomes, I guess.
There's no bump.
Look, they put up 38 against the Eagles.
We can't get over the hump.
We can't get over the hump. I'm not saying
something
that,
has to be changed.
Leslie Frazier needs to stay.
Yeah, but I'm saying how long can you go doing the same thing? It's literally the definition of insanity.
Green Bay did it.
What?
We kept Don Capers for years of Aaron Rodgers' career. We just kept losing in the playoffs. They kept giving up mad points.
Who was he?
He was our defensive coordinator.
Yeah, your guys' defense was trash,
Horrible.
too. And you guys kept Mike McCarthy.
Dude.
That's nuts. I mean,
So
look
you guys
at
are
the
making
Cowboys
the right
are doing
moves.
the same thing, too. I mean,
You said what?
At least the Bills are making the right moves.
Hopefully,
Not
yeah.
letting Frazier just continue to bring him down in the playoffs. They should just have him coach the regular season and then send him home.
well, I mean, the last 2 years were injuries, and then, like, Pat Mahomes really exposed it. So, I mean, I know. We talk about the play where it's, like, 3rd and 4. He blitzes.
It's over and over again, though.
Yeah, that Jamar Chase play, though, the 3rd and 4 really stood out to me.
But, like, at the same time, it's like the personnel wasn't really there by the time we made the playoffs either time. I mean, like, Trey White was out 2 years ago.
He was in this year?
He was
He wasn't himself.
He wasn't
Yeah,
Trey
Poyer
White.
was in, though, this year.
Yeah, but he wasn't himself either. He's playing on half a torn knee. So, I mean, we'll see.
I don't know how you don't play press with the blitz. It doesn't
don't
make
either.
sense. On 3rd and 4, you literally, when you play back, you literally just let them catch a ball and have the first down every time. You're literally giving them the perfect play. Think about it. You're blitzing, so they have to throw the ball fast, right? And then you're leaving a good 8 to 10 yards on a 3rd and 4.
Maybe they were
To Jamar
thinking,
Chase, too.
Yeah, but so
Maybe
it's a
they're
quick
thinking-
pass. He just gets it. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Maybe
You cannot stop that.
What I'm thinking
Well, you
is,
can by pressing.
What I'm thinking is maybe they were trying to do. Maybe they thought the Bengals were going to try and do some type of vertical play that took a while to develop. They were going to blitz them.
I think
And if they were showing press,
I think
maybe
Frazier
Burrow would have known that a blitz was coming. And also,
I
Jamar
think-
Chase is bodying any of our corners off the line. If we press them and they blitz, maybe
But you
he
have to
blows
try
by
it.
him and
You-
it's a touchdown.
Yeah, or give up a first every play and then get on the 3rd, and then it's 1st and goal, and they just get a touchdown
Yeah, they
anyway.
get a touchdown anyways 10 minutes later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with the 4th and 2. You go for it. There's a lot of things that are
Well, 4th and
questionable
2 was
that's happening.
offense. That was
No, I
offense,
know,
yeah.
but I'm saying there's a lot of coaching aspects in the playoffs that are so questionable. Like, how long do you just let it happen? You can't just keep letting it happen when your team's like gonna be on the verge of falling apart. We're Super Bowl, but this year I was like, we still got another year to get a Super Bowl, but now we have to get one.
The window's closing.
Yeah, we have to get one.
So, all right, I was with you, like, fire Leslie Frazier immediately, but I mean, after looking at those numbers, it's like he's been by far the best defensive coach in the league.
Sure.
Our playoff numbers outside of against Mahomes and Burrow are fantastic. Like,
But those are the dudes that we're going to be facing.
I get it, but who has shown otherwise that they could stop him?
You got to find somebody.
He just played the best defense
They get
in
stopped.
the league.
They get stopped.
The Chiefs just played the second
only the
best
Bengals,
defense.
I feel like, know how to stop him. It's so crazy.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why.
But what I'm saying is the Chiefs played the second best defense in the league in the Super Bowl and scored 31 points. They only had the one defensive touchdown, and I guess the punt. So, but I mean, they started really well off because of the punt. But either way, they scored 38 points against the Philadelphia Eagles.
But I'm saying in the regular season, Frazier was able to stop Pat Mahomes, and we win.
We were healthy then. We still had Von Miller. We still had, like,
dude,
I know
all I'm
Christian
saying,
Benford's not the greatest player in the world, but we still had him. DaQuan Jones was not hurt. Ed Oliver was playing healthy. Was that before or after Poyer fucked his knee up? Yeah, had Hamlin.
Yeah, I guess, man.
I'm not saying he's alleviated of blame, but I don't know. I just don't know who are we gonna like. Is this Al Holcomb dude gonna be that guy? Maybe he is, but
I'm just saying we have to. It's proven that Frazier can't get us to the Super Bowl. It's proven.
It's always. I mean, that's what people were saying about Andy Reid until 5 years ago.
Well, then there's something going on.
It's just you have Pat Mahomes, you don't have Pat Mahomes. You have Tom Brady, you don't have Tom Brady. Like, you have these guys, and that speaks to the window. Rookie window is closed. We're never going to have a stacked team ever unless we draft perfect. The window will never be closed as long as Josh Allen is as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. The window won't be closed. Peyton Manning took 10 years to win a title. Drew Brees was how long? Probably around that amount of time. But yeah, that window is closed. So now the window is
this year.
Kill the draft. Like, you got to do what the Chiefs did. You got to do what these other teams do.
I'm just expecting if we don't again, I just don't see how you can just let the same things happen. That's all I'm saying. Like, I get it's Pat Mahomes and I get it's the Chiefs. I get it's Joe Burrow and I get it's the Bengals. But these dudes get stopped. Why can we not do it in the playoffs? That's all I want to know. They get stopped.
They do.
Even the Bengals last year, they got stopped in the Super Bowl.
The Bengals this year, both games besides versus Buffalo,
got stopped.
Baltimore and Kansas City, they didn't do really anything.
It just doesn't make sense. So I don't see how. I'm not afraid for Frazier not to be there.
I'm nervous. I don't know.
There has to be something. You have to try something different, or nothing's ever gonna change.
I agree with that, but also, like, what if Leslie Frazier was making a lot of these guys look a lot better than they are?
Or what if McDermott was making Frazier look good? We don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we're definitely
Leslie Frazier might sit down there and be laughing and pointing like, "Hi, I had you first."
Or he might be sitting down. I think he's going to be sitting down there stressed.
Well, I'm just going to say this Al Holcomb guy. We just had a whole run on people filling up coaches, and he wasn't even mentioned as a finalist for any of them.
He's not named our defensive coordinator, though.
Why would we hire a special defensive assistant who was the defensive coordinator for teams in the past?
A specialized defensive assistant? What do you mean?
We don't have a coordinator right now.
We got to get one.
You think we're going to hire a coordinator for 1 year?
Why not?
Who's going to take that job?
Somebody that wants money.
You think he's just gone?
I do, too.
You don't just take a year off from your job and I don't know.
Look at Sean Payton. He just did it for 2 years.
Payton, though.
And it's a different
Leslie
scenario.
Frazier
He legit retired.
Leslie Frazier,
but he legit retired. Frazier was like, "I'm taking a year off.
Yeah.
I'm not retiring. I'm taking a year off."
We got to see what comes out. Like, if he has like some type of health issue going on or mental health issue. Like, we got to see what comes out of this. Right now, I'm going to predict that he's politely being let go, and they don't want to like.
Because he has done wonders.
Yeah, they want him to probably get a job somewhere else, and
that's what I think. Teams that need a defensive coordinator when he comes back next year, if he's not with the Bills, will be lining up. Like, he will be.
Sure.
I'm just saying. Like, that's what I'm just like. I'm just saying that we can't just be like, okay, he made these mistakes, so replacing him is going to make us better. Because who is better than him? Like, who do you think's going to come in there and just be like, okay, I know you were this good, and like. I don't know. I just don't really. There's something else behind the scenes of why we struggle in the playoffs more than we do in the regular season.
Well, the competition gets better too.
Yeah, the
Teams are
competition gets
calling their
better.
best plays.
Yeah, but why can't we adapt to that?
That is where I didn't like any of our coaching for this entire season. The way
I told you I'm on the verge
adapt.
of calling for Sean McDermott's fucking job.
We don't make second half adjustments like we don't. I mean, if they take us out of our game, we're gonna struggle to win that game.
But I'm saying and I'm not trying to just switch up on the coaching because they did build really well. But at what point is are we trying to win or are we just trying to have a culture? That's all. I thought they were good enough to win and they get us far, but they never get over the hump. And it's like, how long do you just let that happen?
Right.
Until you can no longer get to the hump? Then you just keep falling short of the hump. Next thing you know, we're just back at the end of the division. I'm not saying that's something that's going to happen, but you don't just, I don't know. I just feel like you can't just let it keep happening over and over again. Cool. They got us to the playoffs. That was huge, right? We get to the playoffs finally. Boom. Then we win a couple of playoff games. Like, wow. Then we get to the AFC. It seemed like we were building up, and now we're just digressing or regressing.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we got to the hump, and then just now we're falling short of the hump. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, how long do you just let, with like you said, we're top 3 favorites to win the Super Bowl, and you're just going to let the same people that can't get over the hump fall short of the hump. It's just weird.
A lot of humping, dude.
Yeah, it's bad humps. Wish today was Wednesday.
All right. So a little bit more NFL news. The NFL is voting to make roughing the passer reviewable by replay. So every play would be able to be reviewed. Not every play. Every roughing the passer call would be able to be reviewed.
It probably should be because they do make bad calls.
Yeah. I was gonna ask how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I would like
I've
it.
seen.
They've made some really bad calls the last couple of years. So
I'm hoping it's an expedited reviews though. I don't want it to take mad long.
yeah, there should just be a guy that just sees the play and that's not roughing the passer. It is. They don't have to take 10 minutes to look at it.
Because
sometimes I think why don't they do that for specific rules? Why don't they have a guy who's just it's his decision? We don't need 7 fucking referees talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're okay, this pass interference, is it a pass interference or not? They send it to the replay. Dude fucking looks at it.
Yeah,
his
it doesn't
only
slow
job,
the game down that
PI
much.
his only job is to be that's a pass interference. That's not a pass interference.
that should be done too. I think.
Well, they did that and then they took it away, where you were able to review pass interference. And it slowed the game down, and they never overturned the call. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was 90-something%.
Yeah, so they just got rid of it. It was just a waste of time. But like you said, maybe if they had somebody back in the studio, instead the refs are looking at it. The refs are like, "Yeah, we're going to stand by our call. That was the right call."
No, but that's what I'm saying. So if they call in no, that wasn't.
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
hurry up and say, "Yeah,
that was no longer pass interference." Blah blah blah. Then that's just what it is. Just like they do for the fumbles and stuff. They expedite the shit.
Yeah, I think, he just said it probably didn't work for the pass interference, but I think they should still do it for the roughing the passer. I mean,
well, I mean, if
the game
when they did it for the
so-
pass interference, they didn't have somebody watching in the TV. Like we watch it, wow, that's clearly not a pass interference, and they called it, and the game ends. But somebody else will be looking at it and be like, "Yo, that's not pass interference," and then that's it. 4th and 1 or whatever,
I mean, we saw it with that fucking Saints and Rams game. It's the worst no call of all fucking time. Still to this day, dude just tackled him in midair. Ball was literally going to his hands, and they're like, no, nothing's wrong here."
yeah."
But I don't know. The game is so in tuned and built for quarterbacks to succeed. I think that maybe the defenses should get a bone thrown to them at this point. That's not a fucking what? Oh fuck! What game was it?
Heineke.
Was it the?
I'll never forget the Heineke.
Yeah, the Heineke one.
Yeah.
And then there was it Joe Burrow? Another game. Fuck, dude. The Heineke one was the worst one.
Well, he did hit him a little bit after, but it shouldn't have been called. I felt like.
There was a bunch of them. I can't remember the specific game.
Dude was just making sure he was down. He was already in motion. I felt like.
I know Chris Jones got called for a horrible one against the Raiders on Monday night early in the
that
year.
one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brady against the Falcons, I remember.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
Another rule. This one I think is fucking ridiculous. They're voting. So the XFL does a 4th and 15. So if you're down or tied, I believe, in the fourth quarter, the 4th and 15. This is the sportingnews.com. 4th and 15 onside kick is a replacement to the onside kick attempt. In essence, teams will start from their own 25-yard line with the 4th and 15 play. If they convert it, the drive continues as normal. If they fail, the other team gets the ball from the opposing 25-yard line. The finer points of the NFL's proposition are far from ironed out, but in the XFL, a regular onside kick can be attempted at any point. It's not until the fourth quarter that this version can be attempted.
So instead of onside kick, you can just go 4th and 15?
Yeah, but is like what I don't get is like, does that start like do you get? Is it just any time you score in the fourth?
Yeah, so it must be like you got a field goal, and on the kickoff coming up, you say, okay, let's do the 4th and 15
instead of
onside
kick.
kick. It's kind of lit.
I kind of like it,
but it does like change like what the game is.
Yeah, but honestly, this shit would make it way more
it
fun.
Should be crazy because onside kicks they're recovered at what, like a fucking 5%.
Yeah, I'm for that rule. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but listen, this is. But
Yo, just imagine this. So for real, listen.
It's entertaining, but
yeah, you come back. You're down 14. A team's down 17. They get the 2 touchdowns. 2 minutes left, and instead of having to go for the onside, no timeouts.
Yeah,
they get to go for.
You send Josh Allen out there.
Yeah, like ah! Ah!
Why are you screaming? No.
I want the 4th and 15 now.
So I think that just is I think that's super unfair. It like gives a
that's
more.
Super fair.
It gives a way. Like you already gotta beat Mahomes.
Yeah, the Chiefs will never lose. You know Mahomes is gonna keep converting.
You already gotta beat Mahomes. You already gotta beat Josh Allen. You already gotta beat Joe Burrow, and then you beat them. And then
according to Colin, what's his name? Colin Coward. Coward.
Justin Herbert's.
You got to defeat Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert as well.
And then you do it right. You beat them, and then they score a field goal late, and then just 4th and 15. So it happened in the XFL. So apparently the XFL, the St. Louis Battlehawks were down 15.
That was with AJ McCarron, right?
I know
yeah,
that.
AJ
I know that
guy. He's got a good story.
He was our backup for a couple years.
That's probably why I know.
Instead of making more money in the NFL, he went to be a starter in the XFL because his sons wanted to watch him play.
That's
funny. He led 2 comebacks. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, so they're down 15-3, fourth quarter comeback with under 2 minutes left.
Yeah, he was out there doing this shit for his kids. That's my man AJ McCarron.
No, so it said one of the reasons why is because the onside kick is 3 for 58 in the last however many years, and it's like that's the point. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be exciting when it happens.
Isn't there
getting
a 3-point conversion as well?
Yeah,
there's
you
a
can start
3-point
from back.
conversion as well.
Wait, what?
So instead of going for you can go for extra point, 2-point conversion, or you back up like 10 or 15 yards and go for 3. This shit's pretty sick.
I want to watch the XFL. I think
I watched the one game, some of it. They suck real bad though, but it's cool. The Rock fucking runs it and shit.
The Rock runs it.
Yeah,
he owns it. Yeah,
he owns the shit.
Him and his ex-wife.
Really?
Yeah,
that's fucking fire.
That's fire.
I was saying that they should do. Apparently they hate. Apparently the owners of the XFL and the USFL hate each other. But I was saying they should merge. There's no reason.
That's how leagues are built.
There's no reason to compete when you could have 16 teams. You could run your own fantasy leagues. Like you could drum up support. How many people became football fans because of fantasy football? Like how many people who would only watch the Bills
I'll
on
tell you
Sunday?
right now, if XFL and USFL merge and there's a fantasy, I will be in it.
100%. I think it's like it's such an obvious way, but they just don't like each other. So like, fuck it.
Who cares?
You're both gonna fail instead of both being good. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, fantasy definitely is. Like I used to love football, but when fantasy came around, like now I'm at Wild Wings watching like 40 games at once and can't miss a Sunday.
It seems obvious to me, but whatever. So we're gonna continue our team building, our GM cap, as the Tank Talk podcast would like to say, with the Seahawks and the Colts. We did the Cardinals, Texans, and
what pick does the Seahawks have?
Seahawks have 5, 20, 37, and 52 in the first 2 rounds.
20,
37.
I did see a mock draft where the Bills traded with the Seahawks for pick 20 to get Jordan Addison.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, I would be happy.
We need it.
But he'll be gone at 15 by then.
By who?
I don't, dude.
I think you guys are going to go Quentin Johnson.
I'll be pissed.
This wide receiver draft's not that good. I think
we'll go defensive tackle or some shit.
Probably. A lot of people are like saying the wider. This mock draft is all over the place too. Like after the top 5 picks, like
the combine will change a lot.
It will, but like 6 through 32 right now, people are like, I don't know who's better than who. Like I see Quentin Johnson going 8, and I see Quentin Johnson going in the 2nd round.
Yeah,
like I see
insane.
it all over the place.
Yeah,
it's been a while since. It's like this in the NBA too. Like we're gonna see
the NBA's usually like that, but
the NBA this year though. We were talking about last week. Like, there's no American who's like a After Wembanyama, like who's the clear-cut number
They
2
said that Miller kid
from
Alabama.
What?
Yeah, he's the clear first American player to be taken. They said.
Oh, American.
Yeah.
from America?
Did you see the pat down pregame thing they did?
Wait, that Miller, that he's supposed to be the number 2?
Yeah. That's why he's still playing and shit, bro.
That's why he dropped 41.
Yeah.
He came
He came
back.
out the other game and went like this, and his teammate patted him down. Yeah. Nate Oates was pissed. Well, Nate Oates
What
probably wasn't
happened?
pissed, but because
I don't know
it was
what
public.
happened.
So this dude, this guy that used to play for Alabama, his name's Darius Miles.
No, he played this year.
I thought he graduated already.
I don't think so. But keep telling the story, and I'll make sure.
Yeah, so maybe he did play this year. Anyway, not the Darius Miles that played for the Indiana Pacers, obviously, but he shot some girl, like a 23-year-old girl, shot and killed her, and they found out that Miller from Alabama brought him the gun. Like, there's a text, like, it doesn't say bring me the gun, but it says bring me the hammer, or some, like, slang word for a gun, and he brought it, and that was the gun that was used
For a girl?
to kill the girl.
All right, P, man.
And then, like, the mom saying...
What'd she do?
The mom saying that the girl, that Miles was trying to get with the girl, and she turned him down, and he shot her. But there was also, like, a story that...
He played this year.
he did play this year?
4 points a game, 38% shooting, 6 minutes a game.
I almost made a terrible joke.
It's okay. Make the joke.
All right. Maybe if he was more accurate shooting the ball, he wouldn't have time to shoot at girls, but...
Oh, my God.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
If he shot over 38%. But yeah, but there's also stories that someone shot at the car that the Miles dude was in. I didn't really follow the court case until I heard about them. I was betting on the game where he dropped 41, and they were like bet against Bama because they're like going through all this shit.
He's not going to play, everybody thought.
No, they knew he was gonna play at least for this game. The game I forgot what game it was.
Has he not
I won
stopped
the
playing?
bet, but
No,
he
he's
dropped
playing.
41.
That's it?
Alabama's not missing. They're like number 2 in the country.
They're that high now?
Yeah, it's like
They
their
I'm
weren't,
best,
picking
they
them to
weren't in
win
the
it all.
top 25
it's their
of the year,
best
right?
it's their best basketball team they've had since I've followed basketball.
No, they were top 25 to start the year.
They were like probably like 18 or something.
Yeah.
Though. They weren't supposed to be good.
I'm taking them to win it all.
But anyways, the reason that he's not in trouble is because when he got the text about the gun, he already was about to be at the location. So, and then the gun was apparently in his back seat under a bunch of clothes. So that's why he's innocent, because
He didn't actually bring the gun.
Did they like make the guy? Did they sentence the guy? Like, is he guilty?
yeah,
They did.
Miles and somebody else.
He just shot her, though.
But
I-
apparently, like Miller's car blocked her in. But they say that's a coincidence. Like, I don't know. It's a really weird story.
His car blocked her in, and then the guy must have had to come to the car to get the gun. And then
I'm just
he
trying to
saw
understand
the guy
something.
take the gun.
So 2 grown men.
3.
3 grown men.
Miller's driving, then 2 other men.
Well, those 2 guys were already at the party.
Yeah.
3
Miller
grown
came to
men.
the party, yeah.
Whatever. Mad grown men.
Yeah.
1 girl.
We don't know what the story was.
I need to know the story because that shit doesn't even add up. Does it add up?
No.
I mean, not to me.
Even if she turned him down, like what? Oh, she turned you down, bro. I'll bring you the gun.
Yeah.
And you can shoot her
Let's ruin our basketball
Yeah,
careers and kill her because she don't
want to be with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
All right, so it's 2. Michael Lynn Davis is another suspect who was detained without bond. It was discovered that the shooting took place in the 400 block of Gray Street, just off of University Boulevard. Apparently, that's like the strip of bars in Tuscaloosa. The shooting seemed to be the result of a brief disagreement between the victims and the accused. He would not reveal who police think fired the shot on Sunday, but he did indicate that both the suspects are facing charges since the actions resulted in Harris's death. Harris was a passenger in the car.
Was there a guy driving? Maybe they had beef with the guy driving.
The driver told police that the car had been shot at and that he had retaliated in self-defense.
That's probably what happened. She accidentally got shot. Not saying, I'm not taking nothing away.
This story doesn't make sense because it says
This whole shit doesn't make sense.
It says since their actions resulted in Harris's death, and then it was Harris was a passenger in the car.
That's what I'm saying. So what it sounds like to me is that whoever was driving the car was who they were going after, and it just happened that she was in there. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to.
Which would be I'm I'm not taking nothing away. Like, rest in peace and like. But it just doesn't make sense. This dude just went and shot this girl for turning you down.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the other guy said that the Davis guy said that because the girl was a passenger in the car, he said that the driver shot at them or something,
Which makes sense.
which made them shoot
more
at
sense.
them.
Yeah, which makes more sense.
No, because if that was true, they wouldn't be. The driver would also be up for charges. There would be evidence of him shooting at their car and shit like that.
No, but what I'm saying, they can't just do that because.
I mean,
This isn't a law podcast, but I'll explain it to you real quick. So if say I get in trouble for shooting someone, and I'm being whatever, and I'm like, well, he was shooting at me. They can't just go arrest him because I said he was shooting at me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But it's gonna be crazy when Alabama just wins the tournament.
If I was that big of a star, like I don't think I'd even go out. Like, why put yourself in that situation?
Well,
Yeah,
where
no,
Miller
you're
didn't go out.
18. You're the
I'm not.
big guy on campus.
I'm not going out with guys that are carrying a gun. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
I got all this chance to get out of that environment, right?
Especially your
Of all that
projected
crap.
pick 2.
He didn't go out though.
No,
He
right,
came
right.
at. He never was in a party. He was only in the car, right?
But he still, if he would have got pulled over on the way to that party and they found that gun, he was going down
Yeah.
for a gun charge.
He was wilding.
he did. He says he didn't know the gun was in there or some shit like that though.
Either, but he still would have. If he really didn't know, then whatever. But
He was
if
just going to
did
pick them
know,
up.
Yeah.
Is what the story is. And even before he got the text, he was already about to be there, and he didn't know the gun was there. Obviously, who knows what the truth is? But
When you guys were in school, there was guys you knew that you probably shouldn't go in their car and drive around with them because it could go bad, right?
I was the guy in those cars.
Oh,
I
that
was the guy carrying
you
it.
were the, you,
I was the guy.
It was his car.
It was
Yeah.
me, everyone. I was the guy.
I wasn't the guy.
fuck?
I wasn't the guy with the gun, but I would have gotten in the car.
It was-
Well, I was
Yeah.
the guy you didn't
He
want
was
to
the guy who
ride.
said, I just didn't know the gun was in the car.
No,
That's
if you let me
is
finish,
funny as
if you let me
shit.
finish,
I was the guy.
I was not the guy who had a gun. But if someone was like, "Hey, I have a gun in this car," I'd been like, "Cool, let's go to 7-Eleven." Like I wouldn't have not gotten in the car. Like, you have a gun. I'm not hanging out with you anymore. I would have gotten in the car and went and bought my Little Debbie snacks. Like I'm not. Like
I was the guy. That's all I could hear.
shut the fuck up. I was the guy that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, there you go.
Shut the fuck up.
That makes way more sense.
If you let me finish my sentences, you just be reacting before I can finish.
Because you don't say it fast enough.
All right. Well, I want to talk about more that college basketball later, but let's do the draft. So you guys didn't come prepared, surprisingly. So the
Pay us more.
So I started with the Colts, number 4, and last time we were talking about it, I said I didn't like C.J. Stroud, but then I've been like listening to podcasts and like watching C.J. Stroud, and now I really do like C.J. Stroud now.
I think the Colts could be because they're saying the Bears are going to trade the pick most likely.
Yeah.
I think the Colts will be one of those teams.
So I think the Colts will like make the most sense, but now that I'm thinking about it, dude, like I think I might rather have C.J. Stroud. Like
You think so?
Bryce Young is obviously the better player, but did you just look at Tua just getting thrown around like a rag doll, and Bryce Young is like, they said even if he gains 10 pounds before the combine, he'll still be like a solid 10, 15 pounds lighter than Tua.
Wow.
Bryce Young. Okay. Like that. Like at first they were like, oh, he's gonna be 180.
Nice though.
At first they were like, he's gonna be 180, and now they're thinking like maybe he'll gain, like he'll beat up to like 190, maybe 200.
200 would be good.
200 would be good, but how?
200 changes my mind about things.
Tua's like 200. I'm pretty sure like 200, 205.
Yeah, look what he was doing. He was out there crushing.
He was getting crushed. He was the guy like
He was
7
out there
concussions in one
dissecting.
season.
Dissecting.
Tua might not play in 2 years. Like
Yeah, don't put that on him like that.
I can't see his career lasting.
Yeah, me either.
Tua's listed at 6'1".
But that's not because
217.
he doesn't weigh a lot. It's because he doesn't know how to fucking hold
No,
his
it's because
head.
he's literally getting thrown
It is
around
weird
like
how
a
he
rag
falls, though. I
doll.
will say that. I've never seen somebody just fall.
Yeah, it's
He goes like it's like he throws his
The
head
game
into the
against
ground.
the Bengals was just weird. Like it was like a regular sack, and the dude like died.
you know, like you trip right, and like your reaction, like you cover your face. Like and then you see some people and they just trip and and you smash your face and you're like, what? Why the fuck? Why?
Could you do you not know how to brace your fall?
Yeah, that's like what Tua is. And it's like you can't play football and be like that.
Yeah.
He's like getting thrown and he's about to hit his shoulder on the ground. Instead, like leans his head to like break.
it's
Can't break my
wild.
shoulder. Let me smash my head on the ground. I don't know. I'm just nervous about.
I think Bryce Young will do well.
So you don't think the Colts will trade up?
No, I think they will. I do think they will, and they probably will take Bryce Young. But until we know that they're going to trade up, I'm just going to act like they're at number 4.
They should trade up to take Anthony Richardson.
No way. Anthony Richardson, I like Anthony Richardson a lot, but he's going to be there at like 8, 9.
I saw this. The betting odds of Anthony Richardson started at like for him to be the first overall pick was like plus 100,000 or something, and up until now, I think he's like plus 750 to be the number 1 overall pick. It keeps going up, and now he's going to perform at the combine. So after that, he might just be the number 1 pick.
My brother was saying that shit last week.
Combine,
if I said, yo, if I'm the Colts, did I say?
Yeah.
I would just take the chance on it. Anthony Richardson. That's funny as fuck.
I mean, if he shows up at the combine, just has clean footwork and is hitting throws, he might be number 1.
It's funny you guys said that.
We've seen it happen before.
I was gonna say for the Seahawks, I was gonna say I would take Anthony Richardson because
I think that's the perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's my thing about Geno is that, you know, he did play really well this season, but if you look at every game he's played, how do you guys think he could just keep that up?
No, well, we saw at the end of the season.
He's not going to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
We saw at the end of the season. Like,
he's just not the guy that you want as your.
But you can go with him. You can go run another season with him and
let Anthony Richardson sit behind him.
Yeah, the Seahawks are weird because I've not seen one mock draft where they take a quarterback.
Well, here's my thing.
Because I was thinking about putting Anthony Richardson in them too, but every single guy, like Bucky Brooks, Daniel Jeremiah, Mel Kipe, none of these guys have any inkling that they're going to draft a quarterback.
Well,
I don't really get it either.
I want to know what Pete Carroll wants. That's what I want to know. Like he's older.
He's old. He thinks he could win with Geno Smith.
Is that what it is though? You think he thinks he can win with Geno Smith? Like, does he want to win a Super Bowl? That's what I want to know.
Anthony Richardson's viewed right now as a guy who is not going to start next year. He's viewed as a guy you're going to take him.
That could just change though.
He's the next Josh Allen.
Some people say that, yeah. A lot of people are saying like Lions would be a good fit for him. I think the Seahawks would be a great fit.
That's what I was going to say.
Because the Seahawks, you get to sit for 1 year. Their offensive line improved last year. You have fucking targets. You have your running back. You have everything else.
Dude, and maybe not let him sit the whole year. Who knows?
Maybe not the whole year. We'll
but
see
what
how
if he goes and crushes at this combine? Yeah.
We've seen that happen, though, dude. We've seen Blake Bortles fucking supposed to be the 30th pick, crush the combine, be the first pick, sucks. Like, we've seen that so many times. And this is a different NFL, like I was saying last week. The fucking coaching is different. Somehow they're able to fix these guys now. I don't know.
Well, sports medicine's way more advanced than it's ever been.
Yeah, but it's not medicine. It's like mechanics.
Yeah, that's part of medicine.
Not really.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's all part of the same thing.
It's not like they're fixing their foot.
People that work in medicine, are like the trainers. That's part of sports medicine.
But the trainers are like people.
You're taking it as me saying like here's a pill. That's not what I'm saying.
No, but athletic trainers are like.
They're
training them how to lift weights. The coaching is the people like your footwork's wrong, your arm, the weight, like your release is off. It's different. It's not medicine. But the medicine came a long way, yes.
But that's not medicine. Isn't just like pills and shots and.
No, I get that.
Medicine's part of like training. Like, okay, your torn ACL. Okay, now it's healed.
Yeah.
It's medicine. A person that is in sports medicine is still the guy. Like trainers work in sports medicine. That's just how it works. You just said it wasn't that. I'm telling you, you're wrong.
No.
And you're agreeing with me, so I'm very confused.
No. Athletic trainers are the people who are like, okay, you're rehabbing your ACL.
Yeah, but they're considered under sports medicine. Look it up.
No, I'm not.
That's not what he's saying. Bro.
I'm not disagreeing.
He's saying he's talking about mechanics, like footwork and.
Yeah, but that's part of coming back from injury, which is still
it's not, because Anthony Richardson isn't completely healthy.
Aaron Rodgers came out of Cal. He held the ball like this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is my fault. I thought you were saying something totally different than you were saying.
Okay. All right. So if I was the Seahawks, I would take a flyer.
So you're saying
on
the
Anthony
mechanics
Richardson. Because that's the problem.
I get it.
For
some reason, I'm thinking in my head we're rehabbing from
coming back from an injury.
Injury, yeah. And like these guys are different because you said that I thought last week, which it might have been a different week.
I probably did say something about that.
And that's what I was thinking of.
No, yeah, because I was talking about like Breece Hall and everything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So,
all right, so I have the Colts taking C.J. Stroud number 4. They probably do trade up and take Bryce Young, but no one fucking knows. People are talking about them trading Justin Fields, taking fucking Bryce Young.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they should either, but we'll see. If the Colts do stay, I haven't taken C.J. Stroud. Maybe they draft up and they lose pick number 4 and pick number 35, and this is just dumb, and we did this for no reason. But then I have him taking Josh Downs at 35. They need another receiver. Paris Campbell is leaving.
Is Paris Campbell on the
Colts.
Or no, what was the guy that left? Pascal?
Pascal's
Pascal,
on.
yeah,
He was on
to
the
Philly.
Philly, yeah.
Okay.
Then I have him drafting Joe Tippmann in the 3rd round. I don't know anything about offensive linemen. I just know they need offensive linemen, and I was listening to Daniel Jeremiah talk about that guy, and they said he's going to be a good pick in the 3rd or 4th round. And then I have him sign in Robert
That'd be a
Quinn.
good draft for them.
Yeah, they need a guard.
Wait, Robert Quinn's
He's every
agent?
single defensive lineman from the Eagles is a free agent.
what?
Yeah, Brendan Graham, Robert
Damn, that
Quinn,
sucks.
Fletcher Cox. Who's
Reddick?
the other guy?
Hassan Reddick.
No, Reddick is not, but like every other one is.
So
I
wait.
said Brendan Graham, right?
Yeah.
So wait. They're all gone.
They're
Well, the Eagles
probably gonna come
they'll
back.
probably get a couple of them back, but somebody's probably gonna have to go.
That kind of blows though. You had all these dudes for one time.
Well, no,
Well, yeah,
those
they all
are
got-
guys that have been there for Fletcher Cox has been there forever.
No, that's not what I was saying though. Like you had, but the
It was like
the combination
Yeah.
you get a one-time thing and
That's how football is, though. Rogers
That
talks about that a
sucks.
lot. You never have the same locker room 2 years in a row.
That's what the Bills didn't realize when they were like, instead of going and getting a guy like Bradbury for a year, like they were just. That's you see, like every good team does that. Like they do the 1-year rentals. Like the Chiefs had Matthew for his last good year. I mean, he was there 2 years, right? But the Bills just haven't done that yet. They're like about to win a championship, and they're like Bradbury's on the market, and like that, I don't get it.
But you have the Colts getting Quinn.
Yeah, I think it would be good for them.
That'd be a real nice signing.
Ngakoue is supposed to leave. He's probably gonna get paid too much because he's young. Had 9.5 sacks last year.
what about Shaquille Leonard?
He'll just be back and help the defense out. Him missing all that time crushed them.
Yeah.
Once he changed his name, like everything changed. Dude just couldn't stay on the field.
Is there any other players that you think the Colts? Do you think the Colts
I just think it's a
need
matter of
receiver?
if they trade up to get Young or they stay there and get any other quarterback. I think you're right at what they're gonna do. We'll be taking a quarterback.
Do you think they need a receiver, or do you think like Pierce like coming up, Pittman?
I think Downs would actually be really good because Pierce and Pittman are bigger guys, and then you get like a speedster like him. I think that would be perfect for them.
they definitely need a slot.
Jalen Hyatt, anybody like that.
Yeah, I could see Hyatt too.
See, Hyatt's another guy where it's like some people have him fall into like early 3rd, and
Wait,
other
where is
people
he?
have
He's
him
the
getting picked
Tennessee kid?
15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
what was
he's
the other
all
Tennessee
over the
kid?
place.
Cedric Tillman.
Tillman. I like that kid.
Then the Seahawks, I have them drafting Tyree Wilson at 5. I think they should take a flyer on Anthony Richardson.
At this point, Will Anderson and Carter are gone.
Yes, a lot of people have Tyree Wilson going over Will Anderson.
Okay.
It's kind of like last year with Aiden Hutchinson and Tavon. Was it
Walker,
Tavon?
right?
Tavon Walker?
Trayvon Walker,
Trayvon.
okay.
Whatever. Walker, yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
Who from Walker?
Yeah.
He had more penalties than sacks this
Yeah.
year.
And
He had a penalty against Herbert in the playoffs and
Damn,
shit.
Hutchinson
the
was
Lions
just
are
killing.
nice, boy.
Yeah.
The Lions are nice.
But it's the same.
Yeah, but how
same-
smart can you be?
Well, no, it's just the same conversation. Like some teams just want these like high ceiling guys, and they look like Will Richardson's 10 times more productive than Tyree Wilson, but Tyree Wilson is more of an athletic freak, and they're like, well, he has a higher ceiling, and then it just doesn't
Where's
pan
he
out.
from? Wilson.
Not Texas A&M, Tech.
Oh wow, I did think
Texas Tech.
I did
One of the Texas
see that,
schools.
and it surprised me because they never have good players or like good defensive players. They did have Jordan Brooks though a couple years ago.
Where's
Texas
Brooks
Tech.
on the Seahawks?
Yeah. So if they take it would make sense for them to take another Texas Tech
Oh,
player too.
shit.
It already worked out for them once.
That's a fact. And like I said, after the top 4 guys, like it's all over the place. He might be the best available.
Why
even
don't
with
Seattle
his-
trade back and start doing like what the Eagles have done? The Eagles have been trading back and just adding picks and assets.
I was thinking about that too. Like because they're not going to be bad enough to get the 1 or 2 pick. A lot of guys are liking Drake May, and I didn't really watch him, but they're like Drake May and Caleb Williams would be the best quarterbacks in this draft. But they're not going to be good enough to get those picks. So I was thinking the same thing. Like, why wouldn't you trade pick or maybe use like
Like who's behind Seattle that would want a quarterback?
Carolina? I think Atlanta's going to try to give Desmond Ridder 1 more year. I think
Well, they didn't
Atlanta.
even give him a year yet.
Like I think
It's gonna
Seattle
suck.
should.
I think Atlanta's going to use Desmond Ridder, and when he sucks, if he sucks, they might get
He
the
didn't
number
do
1.
too bad though, did he?
He had it all. He had a
The
really
first game, I
bad
know
game.
he-
His first bad game.
Yeah,
his
his
first game.
first game.
Yeah, if I'm Seattle, I would trade back. That'd be my prediction on them.
You would?
Yeah, unless they just have somebody there that because like what he's saying is there's no after the first 4 guys, it's kind of just up in the air. So why take a risk if you're not sure, just trade back. And
I wonder if they're just gonna wait and see how the combines go.
yeah, well, yeah, for sure. A lot of, they're gonna.
Well, Wilson, everyone's thinking like Wilson's gonna be number 3 after the combine because he's gonna fucking destroy it, and then people are gonna be like, oh, maybe he's better than Will Anderson, which is just gonna be dumb. If they get Will Anderson at 5, that's great.
Yeah, because they won't trade out of the pick until they're on the clock.
Like even look at like Kyle Hamilton didn't have a good combine, fell. Everyone was like he's probably gonna be the best player in the draft. He sucked like the first 5 weeks, and then he was one of the best safeties in the league the second half of the season. The guys need to, I don't know. I think the athleticism thing, maybe at that position is very important, but you just see these guys who have production in college, and they come in and they're still good, and then you see so many of these athletic guys flame out. But I don't know, man. Then I got him getting Joey Porter at 20.
That'd be fine. Well, why would they take another quarter though? You think?
They've always just put like a premium on.
If they did, they
defensive
would
backs.
have like the best secondary in the league.
They would have Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen, and Joey Porter
Yeah,
Jr.
it'd be
That
nuts.
Tariq Woolen dude's mad fast.
Joey Porter's gonna be a monster.
And Kobe Bryant could go in the slot, and then they would just have like the biggest slot corner.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
But a lot of people have him going to the Steelers at 17, so he might not make it there.
To 20.
Joey Porter played for the
Yeah,
Steelers.
and the Steelers need that. That's actually a perfect pick.
What, the Porter Jr. for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just like Weatherspoon's going to be gone, and then the cornerback's kind of left at 20, so I was just like, he's going to fall on this one.
If Seattle got him, that'd be nice.
And then I got guard Steve Avila at 37, and then Mozzie Smith from Michigan at 52, because they do need D-line help like throughout the entire defensive line. They don't just need a pass rusher.
How'd that dude they drafted from Minnesota do last year, Bo Mafia or whatever his name was? What was his name?
Did he even play?
Yeah, I remember hearing his name. I want to say
They got him in
maybe
the second
playoff
round,
game.
right?
Yeah,
I don't know how he did statistically.
because Seattle had such a good season. I'm not sure who on their defense was making a lot of plays. I know their
So
secondary
he
was
only
good.
started 3 games, but he appeared in all 17. He only had 3 sacks, 41 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 4 QB hits.
Nice. That's
So
cool,
they
though.
probably
every
like
game.
him, but
Yeah,
they
that
don't
was
think
cool.
they probably see him more as a complementary fit. But they still need that guy on the
Yeah.
defensive end. And then I had him signing Dalton Schultz. I think they need a good.
That would
they
be
need
really
a. They
good.
need a.
Is
consistent-
Dalton Schultz up?
Yeah,
for-
and he's not going back to the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys already said that they're not going to re-sign him.
Yeah, that would be real good for them to get him.
Who's Will Disley was their starter?
They had Disley and Fant.
Oh yeah, Fant. I forgot about Fant.
I dropped Fant. Or I sold Fant, one or the other.
Side thing. I heard Michael Thomas is going to get cut, and he
Come to
might
the
go to
Bills?
the Bills for super cheap. And
There you go.
I dropped him because I was so mad. Because
Oh,
that's the
shit.
dumbest thing
I'd
I've
be
ever
so
done in
excited.
fantasy. I know I'm so stupid. Whatever. All right. Yes. Any other players that you guys think the Seahawks should go after? I know you guys think they should trade back.
What's going on with Penny?
I don't think they're going to bring him back.
He's a free agent.
He is a free agent. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
don't see
either.
how he could even have a job. He's never healthy.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go somewhere real cheap to prove that he can.
He
Because when he plays well.
Well,
He's a good
didn't
player.
the Bucks just cut
they
Fournette?
just cut Fournette too.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant to say at the top
Holy
of the show.
fuck!
yeah.
I didn't see that at all. When did that happen?
He
Today?
just got caught right before you guys got here.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's only 28, and
Rashad White's the man, huh?
I know.
Wow, he's gonna be a first round pick in fantasy or like second round pick.
He
Whoever got
crushes,
him in
too.
the dynasty last year, in like second round or whatever.
So I wonder where Fournette will go.
Seth, everyone was like, "Oh, Rashad White went like before Garrett Wilson and shit." Now he's just the RB1.
Well, Brady's gone though. That hurts.
It's gonna. Yeah, and their
off.
offensive line's not good.
I was thinking Brady was there dumping him the ball, but
he'll
Who
still
the fuck is
still
their
get a ton
quarterback
of.
going to be?
Trask right now.
No way.
Is it?
No way they stick with that though. Unless,
Well,
Why not?
They-
What was wrong with
what-
Trask?
What pick do they have? That's a team to look out for to trade up.
What's wrong with Trask, though?
no. What do you mean?
Didn't he play for Florida?
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
Pitts
He wasn't
and
good?
Tony. He was, but he had our team was sick, so I don't know.
They also said. Andy Reid said Tony and Sky Moore are going to be way bigger parts of the offense next year,
That makes sense.
which I have both in Dynasty. It's a Tampa Bay pick. They might not. Do they even have their first round pick?
I don't think so. I was just thinking about it.
19th.
No shit.
Yeah. That team, I don't know. I don't think Tampa Bay's worried about winning this year. I think they're going to trade Mike Evans, like, try to get as many picks.
Mike Evans to come to the Bills.
We
too.
can't. None of those guys would come to the Bills. We don't have the money to pay for them, dude.
We have to find money somewhere.
That's what I was telling him because there was this article about Josh Jacobs coming to the Bills.
It's not happening.
It's just how it's not possible.
And it's not a smart move for them either. I mean, you're gonna tie it like you're probably not gonna be able to. There's a world where neither Tremaine Edmonds or Jordan Poyer come back next year, and then now we got to fill up those spots. Like, why would use so much money on the running back position? You could get a guy like Rashad Penny, who when he's healthy has shown success for like you could probably sign him for $2 million next year because he has to be on a prove-it deal. Like Josh Jacobs is gonna want 10. It just doesn't make sense.
Derrick Henry.
No, dude. Like,
Why not?
none of these big names are coming to the
Derrick
Bills.
Henry might fuck around and just sign a 1 year to get a chip.
No.
Yeah,
Why not?
For 10, 15 million, he will.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Swing it.
Swing it. No, it's not happening.
If I owned the Bills, I would swing it.
I would never. I don't even think I would own a running back. I fucking hate running backs in the NFL nowadays.
I would just have 5 of them,
Just
dude.
run shotgun
Just do
every-
exactly
I
what
would
the
just
Chiefs
draft
did.
one every year in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and then cut the worst
Yeah.
one. I would tell every single one of them, the worst of you will be cut at the end of the year, and we'll be drafting another one in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Unless James Cook comes out here and like has 80 catches on his rookie deal, of course you're never going to cut him, but fuck
And
that.
Cook wasn't even bad enough to want to spend money on a running back.
We need an really like we'll talk more about it when we get to the Bills later in the month, but I really would like Penny, like because we need like a power guy. He's probably going to be super cheap. Obviously, there's injury concerns, but we're at the point now where that's the risk you have to take. Same thing with Tyrann Mathieu when he went to the Chiefs. Like injury concern doesn't fucking matter. You need to get these guys that you think are going to contribute for cheap.
Penny might fuck around and be healthy the whole year.
If he's healthy the whole year, I mean, like he was.
Or just put him on a management like.
Well, we don't run that much. It would be perfect for both of
It would be
us.
a snap percentage anyway. That's a fact.
He
Is
Cook would-
Singletary gone?
I think so. Yeah, he's probably only going to get like 4 or 5, but that's still more than we can pay a running back right now. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I have for those 2 teams.
I like both those teams though, especially Seattle. I think they have a chance to have a really good future if they play their cards right.
Yeah, I really think they should take the flyer on Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I do
mean,
too.
like if
Or any guy really, but I would say Anthony Richardson.
I mean, you look at how he played in the Utah game. Like if he would have played like that all year,
He had me hyped. I thought it was like time.
Yeah, he would be like the number 1 pick by
Yeah.
far. So the tools are there.
His highlight tape is unbelievable.
And it's not like he's as bad as throwing as Malik Willis or like some of these guys. He's not like a bum at throwing the ball.
It's not like Florida had a good receiving core either.
Yeah.
What
Or
pick
like a
does
good play
Tennessee
call
have?
I don't even
It's got to
know.
be around Green Bay. 16, 17,
Yeah.
15, 14, around
That
that.
motherfuckers need a quarterback too.
Nah, they won't take one. You think so?
They have to.
Not this year.
I mean, Willis did suck, but who do you have to throw the ball to? Henry missed games. Like, there's a lot of excuses to give Willis.
I want to ask you how you feel about Will Levis. Because Will Levis is a lot of the guy. Like a lot. You said that they said Anthony Richardson's going to be Josh Allen. I see guys saying that Will Levis is. Daniel Jeremiah said that Will Levis has way more. He said he went back and looked at the tape on Josh Allen, and Josh Allen was way more fundamentally sound than Will Levis is.
Yeah, my issue with Will Levis, he just didn't impress me in college.
He
The way he does it, like, pick up blitzes well. I don't know. I mean, he has all the tools, I guess, if he goes to the right system and the right people work with him. That sure he could be good, but I don't like him personally.
Yeah, I don't either. But he also
Me
had
either.
made the excuse for him, like he was in the SEC. He was playing with similar talent than like guys like Josh Allen had, but in a conference where everyone else was more.
He was on a
talented.
run-heavy team, so I mean, there's definitely reasons why he might not have been great in college, but I'm all set on him. I'd much rather have Anthony Richardson, but
Same.
I'm also a Gator fan, so.
he drinks mayo in his coffee.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
It's never gonna
Think about
go
that.
away.
Nah, he'll never be on my
Will
list.
Levis is
of
going to be
nothing.
like a 3-time Super Bowl champion 10 years from now, and Joe's going to be like, that motherfucker drinks mayo in his coffee.
Man, people will start doing that shit too.
Mad people start
If
drinking.
he won 3 Super Bowls, people would start putting mayo right in their coffee.
Yeah, the way
I don't even
look
see
at,
how you could draft him.
The way I look at Will Levis is like if I'm gonna same as you, like if I'm gonna take a quarterback who's like high risk, high reward, I'm gonna take Richardson because I think he has the highest reward. If he pans out, I think he's the best quarterback in this draft by far.
Is Levis mocked to go ahead of Richardson in most of these?
He was. So like at the beginning, it was like Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and then Will Levis. They were like, oh, Will Levis has all the tools. So some people had like the Colts taking Will Levis over C.J. Stroud if they stayed at 4. And now I'm seeing like Anthony Richardson wasn't going to go until like 20. Now I'm seeing Anthony Richardson at like 9 to the Panthers. I don't know.
I would like that shit.
Yeah, me too.
Everyone is so close in this draft that the combine is going to be more important than ever. Like some years the combine doesn't even fucking matter. Like we know the top 15 picks, and then the rest of the guys are like going for
whatever.
Yeah, but this year it's like after 5, man. Even like the offensive tackles, like people are like, is Skoronski the best? Is what the fuck's that other guy? Paris Johnson the best? Like, and everyone, it's like Osiris Torrance from he's Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people got him going to us at 28, and other people got him going fucking 11. It's just all over the place.
You're right, is going to really change a lot of this shit.
Get so many of these guys.
After.
Yeah, I can't wait for draft season's my favorite, man.
Is your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite actually. Fantasy draft season's the best.
But it's fun though.
It is best though.
We're gonna do an FFPC immediately after the draft, guys.
We should.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
A main event.
So NBA, LeBron.
NBA's been lit.
Is he
NBA
hurt?
is lit.
I keep seeing
LeBron's
he's out for at least 2 weeks.
Me and Milk just had this discussion. I was going to bring it up to you guys. Milk said Anthony Davis. I forgot what we were talking about. Somehow he got like the Lakers, how good they can be now with their new pieces. He's like, you got LeBron and Anthony Davis are both top 10 players in the league.
Nope.
And I said, Anthony Davis, I said, I can name you 15 better. So I sent him a list. I ended up with 14 guys that I thought were for sure better. And then I sent him a list of guys who it's probably too soon, like SGA, De'Aaron Fox, and guys like that. But I'm like, I'm still taking them over Davis. And he was showing me Davis's numbers, which are still really good.
It doesn't make sense, though.
He just is always hurt. And I know Milk's saying when healthy, but like it's so hard for me to take that conversation to that point. Well, when healthy, because he's never healthy.
It's
but
like
now LeBron's out. I told Milk he has a chance. If Anthony Davis takes this Laker team to the playoffs without LeBron, I'll respect that shit. But I don't think he can.
Well, it's important to not forget that what everyone thought. They thought Anthony Davis was the perfect player for LeBron in his twilight years because LeBron, the first year that they were together, was still LeBron, was still playing 70 games or whatever.
They won the bubble title, right?
They won the bubble title.
Year together.
It was either did Anthony Davis come? Was it?
Yes. It was.
Okay. So everyone's thinking, okay, now Anthony Davis, top 5 player in the league when healthy, blah 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 blah.
LeBron can coast.
LeBron can take less minutes.
He can be like a point guard.
And then what does Anthony Davis turn into? So I don't know how he averages 12 rebounds a game because every single time I watch a Lakers game, he's just standing there.
Yeah.
He's standing on the perimeter.
Very lazily.
He doesn't. He lets. The game that we were watching at Donnie's, he's literally standing there. He's got his guy boxed out, and he lets a point guard run right in front. He doesn't go for the ball. He's waiting for the ball to come to him, and the point guard, he still does it. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I know what it is. You see him do it. He wants to be a shooter. It's just what he wants, and if he plays his big man role, I think he would be way better.
We saw him on the Pelicans take trash rosters to the playoffs. We saw him drop.
He was arguably the best player in the league.
What did he drop the game that they beat Golden State? I think it was Golden State's first title year, or maybe the second title year. He dropped like 48 and 17 or some shit and beat them with. I don't even know who his second best player was. Like DeMarcus Cousins was hurt. It was like
but I'm saying he's
Holiday, right?
Yeah, they Drew Holiday. That was before everyone thought Drew Holiday was as good as he is.
But right now he's like pull up threes and shit. I don't know.
He still scores 26 a game on 51% shooting. That surprised me.
It does because you watch it and you're like, where is
so
it?
He is still getting dunks and putbacks and stuff that we're not noticing. Because when Milk sent me those stats, I was like, wow, those are great. Without looking, I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, it's not someone you watch and you think like. You watch certain players and without just off the top of your head, you'd be like, he's got to be averaging 25.
Yeah.
You look at.
Can we hear your
him,
list that you put?
Let me see if I sent it to him.
Like no lie, if someone sent me a list and Anthony Davis was averaging 17 and 10, I'd be like, that sounds about right. But in reality, he's averaging 26 and 12 or whatever it is,
Which is still really good.
That's fucking phenomenal. It should be. But my point is, stats aside, Anthony Davis was this guy who was dragging terrible teams to. It was only 7 and 8 seeds, but he was doing it.
But it's still impressive.
So
what were the teams? Just
the Pelicans. They were terrible. And then you get
year after year.
You said
even when they had.
I thought you meant you like 7 and 8 seeds. I'm like, well, who's the other one?
When Cousins got there before he got hurt, they were like a 4 seed.
Yeah,
like when
were nice.
When he finally got a good number 2, they were a great team. So I'm thinking he's in LA now. Like this. Where they are now with the role players they have, if LeBron misses time, he should be able to still win games.
I don't think they like their coach, man.
They have a different coach every year.
That's what I'm saying. Think about that, though. Yeah. How can they like their coach if they have a new one every year?
That's a whole different conversation to have about LeBron.
But man, like I don't know.
everywhere LeBron goes, the coach isn't good enough, the players aren't good enough. That's a different
We
conversation.
got to talk about Ty Lue too,
but
it's a big deal right now. My bad.
No, it's all right.
I'll bring it up after.
But yeah, I'm with you. Like I get the numbers are there, but
He's gonna have his chance now.
we shouldn't be that worried. We shouldn't be that worried about the Lakers with LeBron missing a couple weeks.
You guys can tell me if you agree or disagree.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So these are players better to me. Just are flat out. I would want them over Anthony Davis. Joker.
Yep.
Embiid.
Yes.
Greek.
Yes.
Luka.
Yes.
Kawhi.
Yes.
KD.
Kawhi's the same thing as
He only got hurt
Yeah, but
once.
since Kawhi's been back off
They've
a
been
minute
great.
restriction, his numbers are out of control good.
yeah.
But so Kawhi's won 2 titles on 2 different teams, 2 Finals MVPs.
Those have been his only complete years. The other years he's always missed. Mad
Even when you
games.
measure him up to AD,
That's true. At least he gets championships
Yeah.
when he's healthy. Yeah, okay.
and his team is now is like a 4 or 5 seed.
I would have him lower down the list, but I'd still probably
Well, this
have him
isn't
above
in
8.
order.
Okay.
I was doing off what I thought, and then like where you see I have Curry is
Okay.
the last person I'm going to tell you.
All right.
But KD,
Yep.
Devin Booker,
Yep.
Ja,
Yep.
Jason Tatum,
Yep.
LeBron,
Yep.
Dame,
Yep.
Kyrie.
I think I got AD over Kyrie.
Depends on the roster, but I mean, Kyrie, they've been showing out in Dallas. I'll go. Yeah. I'll give
Kyrie's
him.
just, I feel like he could just do so much more. But okay, and then Jimmy Butler
Yeah.
and
Wait,
Steph.
I don't know, man.
Well, out of who?
The Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy-
This year, Jimmy Butler, it hasn't
I'll
been
just
impressing me.
What I said, because it was me and Timmy talking about it. It's hard to say Jimmy Butler, but then when you say playoff Jimmy, he's way better than Anthony
That's
Davis.
Even
fair.
look at him last night.
Yeah, that reverse layup he made, his whole stat
That's
line,
fair.
like,
Yeah.
That's fair.
AD just don't like have that gas in the tank anymore. And then my other list of guys who I think are just, you can't like say they're better than AD, but I like them more. SGA, Fox, Jaylen Brown, Trae Young, Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, and maybe Paul George.
I think out of that, I would leave. I don't think I would take Donovan Mitchell over AD. He's nice though. I'm not saying that, but I don't think I would.
I just feel like he impacts the game more now. And again, like these guys play games.
Yeah, but the thing with Donovan Mitchell is that, to me, is that I feel like he can shoot you out of a game, and
Yeah.
AD wouldn't.
And AD makes an impact on defense.
Yeah.
Like a huge impact, but then he has those moments where he just stands
I
there.
do get why you put him there. And the other one is I don't know if I could take Trae Young over him either.
No. I think Trae Young's a big. I think he doesn't have.
But I get
That's why
why
this was a separate list.
Yeah,
Those other
yeah,
guys, those were
yeah.
14 guys that, to me, those were no doubt
Yeah.
in my mind.
No, but I get why you put these dudes on there. I'm just I don't think I could take Trae Young
Like, you
only.
can't just say SGA, but I'm saying it. Like the
Yeah.
dude's
So
averaging
the
31
way
games.
I'm looking at it is, okay, LeBron's down. Which of those guys can you put on the team and have the most confidence in them, like maintaining, or because they need to win some games, like they're on the 12 seed or whatever. Like, who?
I think SGA on that
like,
team would go crazy.
I think Jaylen Brown's a great number 2. I don't think Jaylen Brown's leading a team number 1 when LeBron goes down. Like I'm not taking Trae. I don't like.
So
Out of
you're
the,
saying without LeBron and then replace AD with these guys?
yeah. So I'm not. Your first list, I think Paul George should be on that first list. People are hating on Paul George, but he was keeping that Clippers team
continue to hate
That's what I'm
respectable.
saying. Like,
I'll
when-
continue to
forget
hate
that.
on him, but I know
I
he's
don't
nice.
get it. I don't get it. I don't get why people hate on Paul George. He's okay. He's not a number 1 on a title team, but like he's pushed LeBron to the
Remember he
fucking
pushed,
brim for years. And
The Clippers just went to the Western Finals toe-to-toe with the Suns when Kawhi was out. If Kawhi played, there's no doubt in my mind the Clippers would have beat the Suns.
Yeah, but
I
like
mean,
not for nothing. Reggie Jackson was playing out of his mind.
Yeah, but I mean...
he's still the best player on that team.
Yeah,
but
that's true. I see what
was
you're
him
saying.
playing out of his mind was what he averaged.
What does
by
that
like
mean? Yeah.
17, 18 points a game. I don't know. Like, Paul George was the best player
Yeah, I
on the
think-
Clippers.
I think Paul George.
This
gets
was
hated
Milk's
on.
list. He
I'm
said,
down. I'm down to put Paul George on the first list.
Milk said, yo, AD healthy's putting up MVP numbers on that list. Who's been in those discussions? Greek, Luka, Kawhi, KD, Ja, LeBron, Tatum, Steph. That's 8 to me. I said, well, Booker was just 3rd in MVP 2 years ago. And then I said, in Dame, with like mad question marks. I was like, stop it. And then I was like, Ja over them 2 to me is OD. Like, I'm taking Booker and Dame all day. And then he said Booker was 3rd. I forgot Booker was 4th. It was Joker, Embiid, Greek, and then Booker. But like you
Still
can't.
top 5 MVP.
Yeah, like
candidate.
he led the Suns to the best record. Was the best player on the team that went to the finals and was 4th in MVP.
And we saw
I
how
fuck
they
with
played
Booker.
when Booker went down this year. We saw
They
how
were
They
terrible.
were awful, and
And then Dame, it's hard. Like I don't see how he could take AD over Dame.
Yeah, it's probably
Dame
37
just
and a
shot-
half.
Dame just scored 71.
71
I know
on
it's
13
only
threes. Yeah.
I know it's only one game. Like Mitchell scored 71, but Dame does that, plays out of his ass nightly. Like that's his that's like his normal game's 30, 35 points now.
Did you show me the Donovan Mitchell's mom, what she said? Donovan Mitchell's mom, I guess, like called Donovan Mitchell when it happened and was like, Dame just scored 71. You got to go score 72 now.
Oh, wow. He probably will. I just don't think AD's top 10 at all.
Yeah,
I don't think
was
he's
a
top
huge,
15 either. And if you add in the injury concern, he can't be top
Yeah, if you're
25.
saying if you turn injuries off like it's a video game, then sure, he has the potential to still be top 10. But the fact of the matter is you do get hurt, and he always is hurt.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I would
I
fuck
bet you
around and
after
take
a few-
Randall over
I
him.
bet you after a few games
Why?
of,
Well, right now,
Yeah.
after a few games of without LeBron, he might get so and Russell's out right now.
Yeah,
he might get
motherfucker,
stressed
Randall
out and get
can't be
hurt.
in your second list.
No,
25, 11, and 4, bro.
Yeah, Randall's been around for a while and just hasn't done hasn't done enough for me to compare him to AD.
He made an All-NBA team.
Did he?
Yeah.
Randall's not bad. It's funny because Timmy was like, when we were talking about, where's your boy Randall at on the list? And I was like, no, I can't take him over AD. I don't think at any point
I can't take him over AD. but
Injuries on?
I would
I'm
take
taking
him over
Randall
a
over
lot of
AD.
guys.
Randall's missed some time too if you go for career wise.
I wonder what the comparison
Oh,
would
and he
be.
was on the he was on the
Lakers.
Pelicans with
was he? He was
with-
on the Pelicans?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought Randall was on the Lakers. He wasn't?
No, he was on.
But that's you saying that's exactly my point. Is he's been all these places you don't remember. 'Cause
Wait,
he
but
was just a
whoa.
nobody.
But come on, he broke his leg 4 minutes into his
Yeah.
debut, so his development was pushed way back. He had a really good year his last year at the Pelicans. He was like not really good, but it was like 18-10
He was a
or
six
whatever.
man a lot of his career too. Like AD was never gonna come off the bench.
No, I get it. I'm not saying he's better. If you turn injuries off, obviously not. But the man's playing night in and night out
No, he
on a
is.
team that's going to be the
Damn.
4 seed
Yo.
and is 25, 10, and 4. Like,
I
You
guess
said
more
Fox.
like-
Can I add somebody, though?
Who?
What about Sabonis?
Yeah, I thought about Sabonis too, but Milk. I said that to Milk on the phone, and he was like, "You're out your mind," so I didn't put him on my list because
I think I would take Sabonis over AD.
Sabonis is a monster.
can you go through your second list again? Because I want to see who are these guys I would take over Randall.
I would take this year Fox over AD.
SGA
I'd take SGA.
Fox?
This year
Don't
Fox.
look at me like that. This
Yo, he's
man-
really good,
He is
bro.
really good.
No. He's really
He's
good.
number one in clutch points in the NBA, about to shatter DeMarcus Cousins' Kings record. He's going to go for the All NBA record for most clutch points in a season. He scored 30.7
really?
straight games. Dude, the Kings are the 3 seed. Nobody
I know.
realizes that.
I know. It's nuts.
Their
It's
team
nuts.
sucks. It's Sabonis, Fox, and guys like Trey Lyles and Malik Monk who've done nothing their whole life until Fox
their
and
coach
Sabonis. Mike Brown.
I'm taking Fox.
Jaylen Brown.
No.
You're taking Randall?
Yeah.
Drunk.
I'll take Randall over Brown,
Yeah,
too.
that's drunk.
Why is that drunk?
Because Jaylen Brown's better than him.
I don't
Based
know.
on what?
His career. Julius Randle's just now becoming
That's
good.
not. He made an All NBA team 2 years ago.
What was he? All team what?
Third. So he still made an All NBA team.
That's
He
cool.
was the best player on a playoff team. I'm saying, like, if Jaylen Brown is in a number 2 position right now.
He's in a number 2 position on the best team in the league.
I get
They
it.
went to New
I'm not
York
saying there's no
yesterday,
argument.
Went to New York yesterday, your team,
And we smacked him.
without Jaylen Brown. The Celtics looks like they didn't belong on the court with you guys. If Jaylen Brown was on the court, he would have had his mask on, looking like the Black Panther would have fucked you guys up.
Did you say KD?
I'm taking. Yeah,
He's not my first list.
No, I'm saying, did you
Yeah.
say him?
Hell yeah, he's that.
It's
good.
an argument, but I'm taking Randall.
Trey Young.
I'm taking Randall.
No way.
I don't like Trey. Trey Young has
You don't
said.
have to like
Trey Young
him.
has said multiple times that he doesn't care about the regular season. His peak was beating the Knicks and the 76ers.
Was
Has
Julius
done,
Randle on
has
the Knicks
done
team, though?
nothing. Yeah,
That's the end of that.
but has done nothing
He went
since.
but he went to New York and told Julius Randle, "You're not good enough."
He did do that. He did do
and
that.
Randall had
brother.
a terrible series. But what has Trey Young done since?
That's fair.
It
but
doesn't
this
matter.
guy I'm going to say he's better.
Who?
Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
He's
You
that
said
good.
him?
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking Siakam
Yeah.
over
Yeah, I thought
AD.
about
He should be
putting-
on the first
I
list.
thought about that.
He should be on the
Siakam's
first
not-
Siakam's
list.
better than
Paul George.
Paul George.
And you said you would take him on the first list.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. I'm starting to love that kid.
I love Anthony Edwards. And
I'm
I think
taking
he
him
will
over
be better.
AD.
Yeah. I think Anthony Edwards will be better than Randall, but this year I'm taking Randall.
And then Donovan Mitchell.
Taking Randall.
That's fair. Mitchell's a tough one because he has sucked in the playoffs, but I do like how he's playing in Cleveland.
I don't know. I
You
just
taking
think
Julius Randle or Kyrie?
Kyrie's a better player, but I just don't want him on my team.
You like Kyrie better than Trey Young?
Yeah.
I do too.
Me too.
But Trey Young's that.
Okay,
dude,
let me ask
though.
you-
You
Trae
can't just
Young reminds
disrespect
me-
Trey
li-
Young
but-
27 and 11 or whatever.
Trey Young reminds me. They're 27-11.
No, his
What are you
his
talking
stats.
about? Oh,
His
his stats.
points
Yeah,
is-
I was like, what are you talking? Aren't they like out
No,
of the
they just hired Quinn
playoffs?
Snyder though. No, they're in the playoffs and just hired Quinn Snyder. They're back.
What are they, like the 8th seed?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah.
Wait, can I make one more point?
Nah,
Is it
you
about
guys-
Trey? Is
no,
it
you
about
guys
Trey
already
Young?
made my shit gone.
Is it about Trey Young?
I don't know. Go ahead.
The NBA's back. I'm enjoying this shit.
Trey Young reminds me of Devin Booker when Devin Booker was in year 2, just putting up stats, not knowing how to win before Chris Paul got there, and he's just never taken that step of being like, okay, I put up stats and I know how to win. Like the Hawks teams have not been that bad.
He went to the Eastern Finals though.
Yeah, but he
You
did. He got hot as fuck.
You mentioned he only beat the Knicks. He then went and beat Embiid in Philly.
Yeah, he got hot as and
then pushed the Bucks
famous
to
Ben,
7, right?
The famous Ben Simmons.
Yeah, Trae Young stole Ben Simmons' whole career. He got in his head so bad.
Did they
Ben
push the
Simmons
Bucks to
sucks
7?
now. I don't remember.
No, I think they sucked against them. I thought it was like that.
But then last year,
was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago. Last year, we hated on Trae Young. He said the regular season's boring.
And didn't make.
Yeah, and got swept in the first
Yeah.
round. I agree. I hated that, but we still can't disrespect
6.
Trae Young. He went to 6 with them.
Oh wait,
kind of
no, I
impressive.
lied.
Like,
was
what
the
has
wrong
Julius
series.
Randle done that you could say he's better than Trae Young?
I think they've done similar things. Like they've won.
They haven't though. Trae Young's had better
Trae Young
stats
won
and
2.
more success.
And Trae Young beat him.
Young won those 2 playoff series.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks,
Have won none.
they have won none. Yeah, you're right.
And Trae Young butchered him, took a bow right
You're
in the
right.
garden.
And Randall was bad
Yeah.
in the playoff.
And then even looking at the stats, though, Young's stats are great,
so are Randall's.
but they're better than Randall's, right?
I guess. I mean,
Not by a lot. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I just don't see where you're like.
I'm not saying it's a clear cut. It was 6. Yeah.
So he went 6 with the champs.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that is pretty.
So Lauri Markkanen.
Lauri Markkanen is a bucket,
forgot about
bro.
Markkanen.
He's nice.
Like,
He's
do we
just
take
out of
him
this
over
conversation.
AD?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, man.
That was a good one.
I forgot about Markkanen.
I thought
is
about
a
guys
bucket.
I didn't think about Markkanen. I forgot about him, but I thought of Halliburton, Garland. But it's those guys.
I love
tough.
They're still
Halliburton.
too early for them. Well, Markkanen too, but the shit that he's doing
Yeah.
is insane.
And is it Utah is Utah close to a playoff spot?
Everyone in the West is close to a playoff spot except for the Rockets.
Like Utah sucks, and Markkanen drags.
No,
them.
I don't think Utah's that bad. I think
They're
Utah
the
has
8th
a.
seed right now.
They have a
Utah
lot of.
sucks.
They have a lot of.
Yeah, Zion, but he's always injured too.
No, yeah,
I'll take Zion.
But Zion
right-
at least is young. Zion at least.
I
can
will
get out of
take
that.
Zion over and over again over AD and Randall and whoever you want to say.
But I think one, like, kind of in Milk's defense though, is if it's Game 7 and everybody's healthy.
I want Zion.
See, I
No.
would take AD because
I
I've
can't.
never watched Zion play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's fair,
I've
but
watched AD jump up and say Kobe and hit a game winner. Like that's pretty
Zion's just so dominant, man.
cool. He is.
That's the only reason. He will just take it to the rim
Yeah, but
and
but
dunk
those
on.
Pelicans
He'll dunk
teams-
on AD.
Those Pelican teams are better than the Pelicans teams that AD was on. Like he's had.
The Pelicans suck without Zion. Though it's crazy.
Yeah.
They were like the 2 seed. Now they're like they are.
Is
in
he coming
danger.
back ever?
He re-injured his shit.
Oh, that's right.
He's probably gonna miss some time.
That sucks, dude. All the bigs, dude.
You guys ain't about to disrespect Jaylen Brown though.
I'm not disrespecting.
Yo, but
I'm not.
Yo,
disrespecting
3 years
Jaylen
ago,
Brown, man.
I was trying to trade for Jaylen Brown and with Steve,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't give it to me. Dude sucked. Now all of a sudden he's good. Now he's better than AD.
Steve knew.
No, dude, he
Steve knew that
sucks.
He was just early.
Or he
on it.
sucked. He's just now getting good.
I always tell people when people want Tatum to win MVP, the reason he has no chance is because the voters and the NBA experts know you have one of the best players in the league next to you. You're not getting MVP.
Well,
To where Joker's dragging Denver by far, Embiid drags Philly by far, Giannis drags.
what the
Milwaukee.
fuck happened to Chris Middleton?
He comes off the bench now.
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
He's a good
He's
spot
just
for
not-
him.
He was always hurt, and they started building a lot of success without him. I don't know.
He was just like 20 points per game
He was
automatic
really
every
good,
year.
yeah.
Now he's like 13, 14.
You can't even bet his prop. It's never up because he can score 30 off the bench or like 7. and
I
they
didn't
just
really
don't get the
notice it.
option.
I was watching the game the other night, and I was like, "What the fuck? Where? Like, it's not like it was a slow decrease. It was just like one day he's a borderline all-star, the next day he's
Let's talk about Ty Lue,
not even
man.
a sixth. You
No,
know.
I know it's weird.
We gotta talk about Ty Lue. It's like a big thing. Remember we were talking about it,
Why has it become public now?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wait, what?
dude. So Russ,
So I keep betting on the Clippers to win the title, and they just keep losing every game.
As soon as Russ got there, right?
no,
They're
dude,
always
listen. Yeah, but listen, dude, it's not his fault.
It is.
It's not. He's been playing really good, bro.
It's always his
No,
fault.
listen,
Oh my
though.
God, he's about to get a
In the
shit.
third quarter,
It's not his fault, dude. He put up fucking 20 points, and yeah, it's not his fault.
In the
'cause-
third quarter, tell him.
Go ahead.
I don't remember how many points he put
He had
up.
11 points in
He had
just the third.
Nice.
It-
How was the offense looking? Was the offense moving around like it
They
normally
were down,
does?
They were down 20 and came back and got within like 4 or 5.
in the third with
And
Russ,
Westbrook was rocking the shit, rocking the baby and shit.
and then Ty Lue didn't play him again in the fourth,
Yeah, he
and
never
they
came back
lost.
in. And Norman Powell, who's 6th man of the year candidate, also didn't play. They decided to roll out Marcus, so it was Kawhi and Paul George, Plumlee, Marcus Morris, and Eric Gordon. On the bench was Westbrook,
and
Terrence
Norman Powell's
Mann,
the best shooter on that team.
and Terrence Mann's been on fire.
Yeah.
And Westbrook has been playing great. He only had 2 turnovers.
The way I'm looking at it, I get why Westbrook was on the bench because you got Kawhi and Paul George out there. He's probably thinking it's gonna fuck with like ball.
But the
movement.
game before,
Westbrook
he was out there and they
scored
almost
174
won.
points.
Well, they got it. They're still trying to figure out minutes. My thing is, there's no reason your best shooter should not be out there.
Dude, they had Eric Gordon out there over. Ty Lue had Eric Gordon out there over Westbrook, Mann, and Powell.
Yeah, but
think
it's
about
not
that
just,
though.
It's not
And
just.
Morris shouldn't have been out there. I'm sorry.
I'm not defending that lineup, but it's not just about having your best players out there. It's about having your best lineups out there. There's lineups that work better together.
They
That
lost.
lineup didn't work good.
But yeah,
They lost.
I get it. I don't get why you wouldn't have your sixth man of the year who's a
I'm
better
excited
shooter
when
and
Zubac,
bigger
when
than Eric
Zubac's
Gordon.
back, I'll be excited. Dude, I had a bet.
Are they still the 4 seed?
Yeah, 4 or 5. I had a bet Kawhi to get 30 in the Clippers money line, and the Clippers were up by 1. Kawhi like rips Murray like 3 times, forces him all the way back to like the other side. Murray runs up, shoots it from half court. There's like 20 seconds left at the shot clock buzzer. He misses, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope just goes up and gets a rebound
Over Plumlee.
and fucking Morris. It's like Westbrook wouldn't have let that shit happen. I'm sorry, he would have just jumped up and snatched.
Plumlee was having a good year though. Before
Plumlee's a good player, and like he's a good move to have off the bench, but they need Zubac.
that just doesn't sound like
Joker-
something Plumlee
Joker
would normally let
embarrassed
happen.
Plumlee, and I know it's Joker, but Zubac wouldn't have let that shit happen. Some of the rebounds and buckets that Joker was getting,
But the whole thing for Plumlee is like he's scrappy and like goes after rebounds like that.
they
How
were scrappy at all that game.
Nah, but what doesn't make sense though, I don't care what no one says. Westbrook should have been out there. You
guys
could
love
hate on
Westbrook,
him.
man.
Dude,
Dude,
he's
it's
a
just
great
retarded
player,
not
and he's
to.
playing great so far with the Clippers.
It's
so
retarded
why
not to.
have him out there?
Like
it's Eric Gordon,
listen,
though,
you
bro.
just said
None of
about
those dudes are
Randall.
more athletic than Russell Westbrook.
Think about this though, bro.
But athleticism doesn't.
It does
Listen to
matter
me, though, dude.
when the game's on the
They
line. You
didn't
need
have
someone to
Norman
drive to the
Powell out
rim.
there. If Norman Powell was in over Westbrook, I don't say anything because Norman Powell's a
No,
monster.
yeah, I get it.
Eric Gordon sucks.
Yeah.
Like he's cool to have for the Clippers as like their 9th guy, but they played him as their 5th guy.
I'm just. You said about how Julius Randle has been on multiple teams. Look at fucking Westbrook. No one wants to keep him. Look,
Yeah.
every team he's been on in the
You
past
also
3
got to
years
realize
wants to
how
get rid
much
of him.
money he's been getting paid too.
That's true. That's true.
He was getting paid money like he was still triple-double
Yeah,
Russ.
I get that.
I'm just saying, if you look at the way Russ has played their first 2 games, double overtime with the Kings, single overtime at Denver. Sure, they lost both games. Westbrook fouled out of the first game when they were winning, and then went out of the game.
And then they didn't win.
Yeah.
He fouled out.
They're
Then
0-2
they
and
didn't win.
Westbrook's out of the game. I don't know what to tell him. Like, he needs to be in.
It doesn't
He's
make
taking high
sense.
percentage shots.
But what I'm saying is, like, you need the shooters out there with Kawhi and Paul George.
But what I'm saying
You
is
don't
you
want-
also
when he-
need a rim guy.
Yeah, but you
He'll
don't
drive to the rim and dunk on all of
But
them.
you
I get
have
what you're
Kawhi
saying,
and
but
Paul
you know what
George for that.
Here's my issue, though, is I get what you're saying, but in overtime, their offense looks so stale and, like, stagnant, and maybe they were tired, so why isn't Westbrook in? He's going to, no matter what, get you open shots. And if you look at the way he's played so far, and maybe that's credit to Tyronn Lue, is Westbrook isn't turning the ball over as much, and he's shooting a high percentage. So I just feel like he should be trusted to be out there.
I understand, like, Westbrook really needs, like, a very specific lineup to work. That's why it was stupid for him to ever go to Lakers,
That was
because him and LeBron being on the same team was really dumb.
But it's perfect for him in the Clippers, I think.
so,
But
too.
I don't think so. When you're in,
But Kawhi and Paul George
everybody
don't
on the
need
court-
the ball.
you need shooters, bro.
Yeah,
they
and that's
ran a
what Paul
lineup-
George and Kawhi can do.
No, you don't want Paul George and Kawhi sitting in the corner waiting for Russell Westbrook to get him the ball for an open shot. They're not spot up shooters. Those
Kawhi's
are
been
your
on fire.
those are he is a 3-point shooter, but you're not wasting him by being a spot up shooter. You want the ball in Kawhi's hands, you want the ball in Paul George's hands, and when they get doubled, you want them kicking out to a guy like Norman Powell, who's going to hit the shot. You don't want them kicking out to an open Westbrook.
so you're
That
saying-
Westbrook can drive, though.
That's what I'm saying. He could drive and
But
kick out to Paul George for a 3.
yeah,
He could roll out and kick back to Kawhi for
Dude, they
a
had a
midi.
lineup the other day.
I mean, he could have did the same thing with LeBron.
But,
the
but
thing-
this is
the-
totally different.
LeBron
LeBron
can't
needed,
shoot like those
yeah.
dudes.
LeBron needed,
LeBron-
LeBron needed the ball in his hands. Those dudes don't need the ball in their hands. It's okay.
guess, man.
They literally wanted a point guard, so they didn't have to have the ball in their hands.
It's a shooting league, and Russell Westbrook can't shoot.
But you don't use him to
Yeah, he's
shoot.
not- let me tell you something. You say he's a bad fit. In 2 games,
I'm not saying he's a bad fit. I'm saying in that lineup, I think he's great to be on
they
the court.
scored
I want to know what his field goal
174
percentage is too. You
points.
talking about he can't shoot? His field goal percentage isn't that bad.
Don't look for just these 2 games.
I'm gonna look for his
overall,
entire
and then look at his,
career-
then
his
look at his
entire
3-point.
season.
Look at
his
his
3-point
3-point.
shooting is
Sure.
it's bad. It's like 29%.
I'm not, but I'm saying the rest of it though. It can't
Oh, yeah.
be that bad.
Oh, but what I'm saying,
I'll be
I
looking.
think he probably is a good fit on the bench when those guys are
He
out.
starts, bro, and they crush.
You're wrong, brother.
174 points and 124 points they've scored.
Okay.
Because they needed a point guard. Think about it. They had Reggie Jackson, and who was their other point guard?
I don't know. They
Man,
had,
I think Man was their
they had
point.
like Luke Kennard coming off the bench handling the ball. And,
They needed a guy that can do what Westbrook can do.
Wall.
Yeah, they needed a guy to do what Westbrook can do, to get the ball to Paul George and Kawhi for open shots.
I mean, look at Kawhi's first 2 games with Westbrook on the team. Scored almost a career high. His career high is 45. He finished with 44.
Holy fuck! The 2 games with you're right, 44-4-4, 33-6-2 with Paul George. With Westbrook. You want to hear his other games?
Who?
Kawhi's.
Yeah,
Before that, 16-9-4, 33-7-4, 18-4-4, 24-4-6, 35-5-3, 17-11-5. Huh?
Fine.
Yeah, but so far it's 44.
44 and 33.
Yeah, it's a 2-game sample size. We'll see.
And right now they're missing Zubac. So their defense isn't as good because Zublaka, like they're missing that.
Zublaka.
They're missing that fucking rim protector. I don't know, man. We're gonna.
I don't know with the
I'm on
Clippers too.
Man. I'm rooting
in
for
his
my
2
guy.
games, because you said not to look, but that's all that came up for now. He's shooting 56%
Yeah,
from field,
he's playing smart.
100% from free throw,
I couldn't believe that he has.
That's
the free
nice,
throw.
yeah.
He's like 7 for
and
7.
33% from 3. That's not bad.
Well, yeah, if he could keep that up, that's great.
Dude, he had an open.
We've
average in the corner.
We've seen guys learn how to shoot. Like Derrick Rose was getting a 3-point shot. I mean, he doesn't even play for the Knicks now. But like we've seen those guys who couldn't shoot before get the shot. But like,
I don't want Westbrook to shoot. He had an open 3 for the win against the Kings, and he passed it to George, and then George
Good.
put up a horrible
But
shot.
this is what I'm saying. They
And
literally
went to
need
overtime,
him.
but
It's
I don't know.
perfect. It's a perfect fit.
Hopefully.
I just look
It
at
fits like
they
a
went
glove.
To overtime with Denver, and we're down 10-0. I'm just saying
10-0 in the overtime.
in overtime. When Westbrook's on the court, you don't go multiple minutes without a bucket. He either gets him there himself and scores, or he finds the big guy, or he kicks it to an open shooter. Their offense was just stale in overtime. And if those guys were tired, why not bring in a fresh Westbrook?
I don't know. I don't really know enough about the Clippers, but I agree. I mean, we see coaching do this all the time. I complain about it all the time. It's probably just my bias. Why I don't want.
Well, maybe
Westbrook
he's
out
learning
there.
the rotations, like you
Yeah,
said.
but I mean, like we see it all the time. Like I was complaining about
That shit shouldn't
Tibbs
have
a
been a
couple
lesson.
weeks ago. These guys just, I don't know. I don't know. You see the really good teams, and they have what lineup's going out there in the last 4 minutes. And then, like, that's what's the separator with the Knicks right now. It's like the reason they're not they're just good and they're not really good is because you don't know. You have no idea what
I don't know how you
guys
guys have
are
that
gonna be
dude
out
Sims starting.
there. Well, Mitch Robb was out, and we don't really have another star.
Yeah, but the Hartstein dude's probably better than the Sims.
Yeah, but he's just not as athletic, and he's not as good of a rebounder.
Sims sucks.
Sims doesn't suck. He's a
I
young,
watched his dunk
raw
contest.
dude.
He sucks.
Yeah, his dunk contest is terrible.
What did you say came out publicly about Lou?
Not publicly. It was just that, man, people were like, why isn't Westbrook in? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, what is this lineup?
I just couldn't believe, like, because Powell and Mann also weren't in. It's not just my bias about Westbrook being in.
Yeah.
Norman Powell's an animal. Terrence Mann's been on fire.
Every
Like,
time Norman Powell's the ball, you say, that man doesn't miss.
Yeah, I just don't see why Eric Gordon and Marcus Morris should be in.
Wasn't Norman Powell like leading the league in 3-point?
Probably. Dude, he doesn't, every time I tell Joe he doesn't miss. He's got to be averaging like 16 points a game off the bench. And they have Bones Highland. I'd rather him have been in.
Yeah. They didn't have no point guard in.
No. They were literally running like Paul George at point. He tried to throw Plumlee and Oop and like went out off the shot clock. This shit was just wild.
That's what I'm saying. Westbrook's exactly what they needed.
Dude, yeah.
Oh,
Westbrook
he's
will
not even
prove
close.
people what's up.
He's 11th. Hey, he's kind of close. He's only 4% behind.
Who?
Malcolm Brogdon had leads. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Luke Kennard, who they just let go.
Which is
Isaiah
fine to
Joe,
me.
who the fuck? The
Yeah,
guy
that dude does never. he
For
never
OKC.
misses.
Caldwell Pope.
I love Caldwell. That was
Great
such a great
pickup,
move by
yeah.
Denver, man. Them getting him and Bruce Brown.
Where did he come
literally
from?
changed my
Washington?
mind. His last team was Washington. Yeah, he got
Yeah.
drafted by the Pistons, went to the Lakers, and then went to Washington.
Yeah, they didn't want to keep him on the Lakers for
Dude, they
whatever
traded
reason. I
Kuzma,
never
Caldwell
got it.
Pope, and someone else for Westbrook. That shit was horrible.
Any other NBA?
Now we'll get into it more as the season gets closer, where the playoffs
more-
is going to be coming.
More Westbrook play and
Yeah,
shit.
when the Clippers start taking over, we'll be talking.
Westbrook's about to go out there and just be the smartest player in the world now.
He's eliminating KD too in the playoffs this year.
No way.
All right.
There's no way, bro. If that team is healthy, they're not losing.
Yeah, but think about Paul George, Kawhi, and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, smart.
Seriously.
Westbrook, boy.
Like smart Hulk, smart Westbrook.
They do match up well. I mean, you put Paul George on one
You
of
just said
them,
they
Kawhi.
didn't, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I did not say they did
Oh,
not
you're
match
talking
up
about
well.
what
I just thought the Suns
Yeah,
would
my
beat
bad.
them.
Zubac on Ayton.
Yeah, bro, that's true, bro. They got someone at every position of strength for
And then the bench for the
Suns.
Suns sucked. The Clippers bench is going to be Plumlee,
How
Powell,
so-
Man.
So KD's starting either tonight or tomorrow. Was it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
The Hornets.
How is like Basley and like all those bench dudes been doing?
I know. Well, Okeege's been starting. He's been tearing it up, so he'll be one of their top bench options. And I think Terrence Ross is doing pretty well. I haven't really.
I like
watched
that pickup
much.
for them still.
Yeah, I do too.
I still think they have 7 guys that they can rely on, and then playoffs. That's what it comes down to.
I
It
think
doesn't
it's
matter.
huge that
I think they'll put him
Okeege's
out.
been scoring the
I
way
think
he's
Harry's
been.
right though.
You think the Clippers are going to beat the Suns?
I do.
So I put 50 on the Suns and 50 on the.
You should probably put 50 on the
Bucks.
Clippers too.
You put 50 on both of them to win it all.
Mhm.
The Clippers are plus 1100. Get a little something on there.
I'm probably going to throw a little bit of something on there. I just can't
We
see
talked
it.
him right into
No,
it. He's
no.
like, "Wow, Westbrook is pretty good."
Nah, this dude Russ is gonna they're
Dude,
gonna
he's
be down.
playing
They're gonna be
smart.
down 2, Game 7. Kawhi's gonna be open. He's gonna be like, why not me?
He's not gonna do it.
Chalk.
And he's still playing at home.
Huck it,
right,
chuck it,
right in
football.
Staples, or it's not Staples,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
It is.
crypto.com.
Crypto.com.
Is it?
.com.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They changed the name.
Like last year or something.
Fuck.
Crypto.com arena.
It's no
It's
longer
been Staples forever.
I know. Now it's Westbrook shit.
All right. Yeah, NBA. Jokic is probably gonna win his 3rd MVP in a row. People are.
Can
You like
somebody
that
get
argument?
5 in a
like
row?
people are like everyone. They're like people haven't gotten 3 in a row. Then they named all these seasons when people should have got 3 in a row, and they're like, oh, it should be harder for the 3rd in a row. And I'm like, no, like maybe those guys should have gotten it. Like,
But if nobody's
hate-
better than you, why?
Yeah, if you're. It's,
well, but this has happened before where it was like. I don't think Curry was supposed to win his 3rd, but like there's been guys who win 2 in a row, like LeBron. It happened to LeBron, where there's like, oh, we just don't want you to be, like you have
I
to
don't
do
see how you just
extra
don't give
for the
it to
3rd
him, though.
MVP.
yeah.
Is there anyone is there anyone if they beat Jokic, you would be like that's okay for MVP?
I'd have to see how the season finishes.
Right now,
Like
who's
Giannis
your
with like
stands?
Chris Middleton not being the best, and
Right now, I would just keep what it's been. Sadly for Embiid, he's just gonna keep taking second.
you think right now you think it'd be Jokic, Embiid?
Yeah, and then
I
probably like
think
Luka and Giannis, or Giannis and Luka.
Probably Giannis. Luka.
Luka's gonna be hurt now because Kyrie's there and gonna take a lot.
And
of
he
I
was
don't,
missing
but
time
I don't
and
get
shit.
I don't get that argument because it's like outside of Kyrie, Jokic does like has the better team.
Yeah, but though it's tough because like it's kind of like what I was saying about Fox earlier. A lot of those guys never were that good until they play with Joker. You know what I mean? Like Aaron Gordon's now a star because he went and played with this guy.
Yeah, I mean he makes the guys around him better. I get
Way
Caldwell
that.
Pope was a great fit, but like Jamal Murray misses mad time.
But what has anyone on the Mavericks done before Jokic got there, other than Kyrie?
Jokic
Oh,
never
or,
got-
Luka. No,
Luka.
yeah, you're right, 100%. But Denver's number 1 is what it comes down to.
Yeah,
a lot
the
of the
seeding,
time.
Like,
yeah.
that man is
But you're right. Yeah, Reggie Bullock.
Just think, though,
fucking,
Reggie
their
Bullock
team-
was a bomb.
their team
without
stinks.
Murray and Michael Porter Jr., he
But, yeah,
dragged
they're
the team
still- yeah.
to the playoffs, right? Now they're playing.
And now he's a
It's
1
showing.
seed,
It's
yeah.
showing though. Now they're the 1
Instead of
seed.
being a 6
Yeah, if you give me good players, like
Yeah.
we're
Or
gonna
even
be-
better. Like
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah,
Give me a couple good players. 1 seed.
But Embiid being the scoring champ and stuff's going to be he's deserving of votes, and Giannis is deserving.
Didn't he get it last year?
Who?
Because LeBron didn't have enough games started or whatever. Who won the scoring title last year?
What's
Because
the scoring
LeBron had
title?
it, but he didn't have enough games.
I think Embiid did.
I think it was Embiid.
Who this year? How's that go?
Right now, Luka's got it, and Embiid's like right on his ass. So I just think Embiid will pass him. As
My son Dame's on his way.
Ah, dude, I just
Yeah,
don't know.
Dame's definitely is on his way.
I just don't know how you like Giannis.
You know what
just
Dame's
isn't
prop is
there
tonight?
for number 1. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
31, 12, and 5 or whatever, and like his team's not. He doesn't have like a clear cut number 2.
Do you know what
Like,
Dame's?
he doesn't have a James Harden. He doesn't have fucking Jamal Murray. Like I
No, I
mean,
know.
he's got Drew, but
You said you know what?
Do you know what Damian Lillard's prop tonight is for points?
What is it?
37.5.
So silly.
I'll look up the NBA scoring leaders.
March Madness will be coming. $50 brackets. Come on.
Should we
in.
just start? I know you already have one, but like, should we just start like a Trapnerd one, or no?
No, just something come through mine so we can get a big prize.
All right. Well. All right. The Harry Reynolds bracket. What's it called?
I don't remember what I named it.
Sponsored by Trapnerd Sports.
There
If
you
any of you guys
I'll
want to
name
get
it the
in,
Trapnerd Sports fucking bracket.
if any of you guys want to get in, $50. Dude, I'll never. Last year, I don't even want to do it this year.
Why?
Because going into the Sweet 16 last year, I had 98.4% right. I only lost like 2 or 3 games.
And then you were just
I
completely
lost
wrong.
every single one of my Final Fours in the Elite
That
Eight.
sounds about right.
I still only lost by like 10 points. It was
What's the
crazy.
championship last year?
Uh,
Oh,
North
Carolina and
Kansas.
Kansas, yeah.
oh yeah, Kansas.
Is Kansas not
Rennie.
good anymore?
My boy, no, they're 3.
Are they 3?
Kansas is really good.
They had like a bad week, and then they just started demolishing
Jalen
everyone.
Wilson.
Look at the scoring
and,
titles. I want to know what they are.
Grady Dick.
I want my son Dame to get it.
Yeah, that Grady Dick dude's been
Yeah,
nice.
he gives out his last name. Just
So 33.1, Luka, 33 even,
yeah,
Joel
Luka's
Embiid.
done. Embiid's gonna take his ass over
Why do you think that?
because Kyrie's gonna shoot a lot.
That's true.
And
And
Luka's
Luka,
gonna be happy with that. He don't want to have to score 33 a game.
Lillard 32.3, Giannis
Oh, Lillard's
31.3,
really popped up. That's crazy.
Shy 31, Jason Tatum 30.
Dude, 2 more 60-point games is over.
Embiid's gonna have to come out with like a
Like, what's
50
Embiid's
game.
prop? Do they play tonight? I'll go look. I gotta go look.
But it's just crazy how once you get late in the year though, if you're a full point behind someone, it's like almost impossible because
Except
like
for Dame though.
Damn, there's a boost on Dame tonight. It's over. The run's over.
Who they playing?
yeah,
Luka. Well,
he's
it says
scoring
Luka.
13.
It says Luka and Damian Lillard 30 points each.
They're playing the Mavericks? No, they're playing Golden State.
Yeah.
he's scoring 13, bro.
Nah, he's gonna score 500 or some shit.
All right. Yeah, so college basketball. It's been a fucking great year. We haven't really
weird.
talked about it too much. The thing, it's hard to talk about college basketball, especially a year like this, because there's no teams that are clear cut. I guess now that the season's getting there, like Alabama, Houston's number 1 now.
Yeah, I like them. I picked them before the year, but I had them with the Packers to win the Super Bowl.
No, so it just doesn't
So it
matter.
just doesn't even matter.
I literally just had
Wait, do the 76ers play today?
Maybe not.
They play tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they played yesterday. They play tomorrow versus the Heat again.
So yeah, are you still with Houston, or who do you think's gonna?
Yeah, I still like Houston. They play great defense. They rebound the hell out of the ball. I was just looking at like their team stats.
The thing, the
They don't
reason
have that guy though that like. They have Sasser who averages 17 a game, but I don't feel like they have that that Cinderella type guy like Miller for Alabama.
Yeah, we talked about it last year. That like those are the teams that just do really good in conference tournaments and the March Madness tournament. Like you need that. You just need that guy to bring you up, man. Like you look at Kansas last year, Remy Martin just fucking the last 2-3 games.
He came off the bench, right?
He came off the bench, and they
then,
like the first couple games they weren't even playing him a lot of minutes. I think the semifinal he actually had a bad game, but the game the Sweet 16 and the Final Four or the championship game were
was huge.
yeah, like you
he stayed out there
guys.
at the end.
It's
and
crazy.
shit.
North Carolina brought their whole team back in right now are out of the tournament according to Joe Lenardi.
No
Yeah,
shit.
they're only 17. I think they won last night. They're 18-11. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
not that good.
They just got their first win versus a quad. They got their first quad 1 win on Saturday against Virginia. They were 0-9.
God damn.
All right, so conference tournaments. I had it pulled up. So what is it? What's the ASUN? What is that again?
Atlantic Sun.
Atlantic Sun. Horizon League, Patriot League, Sun Belt will all be in today. ASUN is in second round, first round for Horizon, Patriot, and Sun Belt. You're probably the only person who knows teams in those fucking conferences. So you said you picked Liberty for
Liberty for
Patriot.
No, Patriot. I think is gonna be Colgate.
Colgate.
They're really good. I could see them like upsetting somebody this year in the first round. Liberty, I picked out of the Atlantic Sun or whatever. They got this kid. He's like 5'8". His last name I think is McGee or McGahee or something. He's a really good scorer. He averaged like 23 games, shoots like 40% from 3. What were the other conferences? Horizon.
Today is Horizon, Patriot, and Sun
Yeah.
Belt.
Oh, Sun Belt. Yeah, I think Marshall. No, is it Marshall is the favorite in that one?
So Arkansas State, which I bet money on today, Coastal Carolina, Georgia State, Texas State.
Sun Belt. Southern Miss and Marshall are the top 2 favorites in that league. Southern Miss was 25-6. Marshall was 24-7. And what was the other one? The Horizon.
Horizon.
The Horizon League used to be good. They had like Butler and shit, but all those schools ended up
They
leaving.
left,
So right now
yeah.
it's Youngstown State and Milwaukee, Cleveland State, Northern Kentucky.
It sucks betting on these because the schools are so small. They don't give you alternates on FanDuel, and that's how I've been making my money. But if you haven't been watching college basketball this year, one, you're dumb. It's been like one of the best seasons of all time. It's been so fucking fun. Like
Yeah, as long as you watch March though.
But yeah, now so anyway,
You missed a good regular season, but the conference tournaments and the big tournament really are just
yeah. And you have to watch the conference tournaments. Conference tournaments sometimes have better basketball than March Madness. Like the conference
rivalry games and
they're all like equal amount of talent. So even though these small schools that might get like smacked by Gonzaga and shit, they're like it's just so much fun. If you don't already know, all 32 teams that win their conference championships automatically get a seed in the March Madness. So I'm just going to run through the dates real quick. There's 32 of them. So Atlantic Sun started yesterday, second round today. Horizon League, Patriot League, Sun Belt all start today. AAC, March 9th. ACC, March 7th. America East, March 4th. Atlantic 10, March 7th. Big East, March 8. Big Sky, March 4. Big South, March 1. Big 10, March 8. Basically, all these dates are March.
West Coast, I know, is tomorrow. When's like NU and UB's tournaments?
They are the MAC.
And the MAC with the extra A or whatever.
They're the MAC without the extra A.
UB's just MAC, yeah.
Yeah. Who are you talking about?
UB and NU.
NU.
Those ones.
The MAAC starts March 7th, and the MAC starts March 9th.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, Canisius is in the MAAC too.
Are any of those teams doing anything?
Buffalo sucks. I know that.
They're usually good.
Yeah, but they lost Nate Oates.
I feel like they were good without him for a year, weren't they?
They were decent last year, but they weren't like gonna win the tournament. They're like middle of their tournament now. You know, I actually watched them a little bit the other day. Yeah, so over the next 1 to 7 days, all the tournaments are starting. It's gonna be the best thing in sports right now. And then you'll actually know something going into March Madness. So
Niagara's 5th seed and Canisius is 9. Looks like Iona should be. They're 15-3 in conference, 22-7 overall, 9-game winning streak. Rick Pitino's their coach. But one thing
That's
I
so
will say
crazy.
that I do hate about the small conferences, it's unfortunate, is say you watch the regular season all year. Iona's been the best team by far.
yeah,
But only one team will make it out of this conference. So even if the last place team wins the conference tournament, they go to the NCAA tournament, Iona's year's over.
yeah.
Even though for 5 months they were just so much better. That's really that sucks for the small schools. But it makes the conference tournament that much more like enjoyable. But it
Fire,
puts
yeah.
a lot of pressure on the top seeds that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Like, I love, my favorite thing about the conference tournaments is the teams that are on the bubble that go on a run.
That's a lot of fun.
Like, I always bring up ASU, but ASU was, like, out of it. They hit the game winner against Arizona. Now they have a huge quad 1 win.
Yeah, they're in the Final Four in right now. over
Final
North
Four, yeah.
Carolina.
If they can steal a win from UCLA or USC, I think they play UCLA tonight and they play USC tomorrow. Or maybe I'm almost 100% sure.
Well, they won't play back-to-back.
Yeah, they play. Oh no, they don't play UCLA until March 2nd. Holy fuck! Why do they have such a break? Anyway, if they can steal one of those wins, they're gonna be like right up there. And then if they can win 2 or 3 games in the fucking tournament, it's like,
Are we gonna try and
it's huge.
host one of the games or whatever, like downstairs or whatever?
We can try, man. I just gotta get off of work. I'll be in San Diego for round 3 for Elite 8 and
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. Maybe I'll be in San Diego Sweet 16 Elite 8. I'll be in Arizona. But it's going to be fun. I can't fucking wait, man.
That is
I hope ASU makes it. They're not going to make it that far, though,
Nah,
which
they're gonna
sucks.
get
But
smacked.
they're going to get smacked. They're probably going to lose. They're probably going to beat UCLA, lose the USC, and then lose to, like, Oregon State round 1. And they'll be like, nah, keep them out of the tournament. All right, anything else? Like, is there any teams that you're just, like, right now already on before March Madness starts that you think can
Like
make a
dark
run?
horses or
Like you
just
said,
overall?
Colgate, like anyone else?
No, Colgate's the only one that I, as of right now, I'll start watching more in these conference tournaments and teams will catch my eye. But obviously Iona though with Rick Pitino, I think
He's just been there all the time.
yeah,
man.
I do think Iona can beat somebody. Liberty, I do think they shoot like as a team like 40% from 3. So I do think, but they're really small. They're horrible rebounding. So depending who they get matched up with in the tournament, if they make it,
Yeah.
I think they could shoot their way past somebody, but not rebound. That'll kill them. So we'll see.
Cool. All right. I really like Kansas State. They're not really a dark horse, but
No, they got a good team though.
I really like them. I think that's about it. Anything else? No. Who you guys win it all? I got Alabama.
I'm gonna go Houston still.
Houston. Who do you got?
I don't know. Northwestern.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We're out of here. I'm hungry as hell.
For sure.
For sure. Trapnerd Sports everywhere, TikTok, all that good shit. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
Peace.